Good morning, everyone. We're coming live on the radio right now. My name is Brian Craig. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe. Everybody in there, like the video and share the video. We got a lot of big stuff to talk about today. I've been up for hours and hours. I've been up so long, my coffee is all. I got about this much coffee left. Here we go.
You are listening to South Florida's longest running radio show, The Steve Kane Show. To call the show toll free, dial 1-888-GO-KANE 1. That's 1-888-1. And
hey guys, welcome to the program. My name is Brian Craig. That's right. This is the Steve Kane Radio Show, Flow Rida's longest running radio show on the radio since 1977. And man, we got a lot to talk about today. Joe Biden yesterday in the White House, whoever's running the White House, they made the worst decisions in the last 24 hours that I have seen a president make. That I've seen come out of a White House. And I'm really thinking about it. I've been sitting here thinking about that before I went on the air, because that popped in my mind, and I said, well, I just don't want to say something, And there were multiple decisions that were made yesterday by this White House, all of them stupid, all of them wrong, all of them disastrous for them. Now, many may say, well, that helps the Trump train. Well, yeah, in the long term it does, but we're making America great again is the purpose of Trump and the Trump train. And the 2024 election is years away. So I'm going to go through this, and this is a disaster, people. This is a disaster. Everything as I go through it. And you're going to agree with me on this, I would imagine. How could anybody disagree with me? And I'm not the only one who thinks this, by the way. This is in the Daily Mail, which leans to the left. I mean, they lean way to the left over at the Daily Mail. But even they can't cover. Listen to this. Biden has made the worst choice by putting Kamala Harris in charge of the border crisis, says the governor of Arizona. Yes. And, so that's, should I make a list? Let me write it down. I got a pen here somewhere. I got a pen. Okay, so I'm going to make a list as we go on. And the only pen I found writes in, this is purple. Oh my goodness, I'll write in purple. I can't write on this paper because this is our copy for Tom Laporta contractor, but I can write on the back of it. Okay, bad decisions by Biden. 1, put Kamala in charge of border. That's the first one we've come across. And again, these are just bad decisions in the last 24 hours, okay? Put Kamala in charge of border. Okay, that's the first bad decision. Let me get back. I'm going to read this article to you. We'll go through it. Joe Biden has made the worst possible choice in putting Vice President Kamala Harris in charge of the border, the Republican governor of Arizona has said, as critics pointed to her previous statements as evidence of her being unfit for the role. Biden on Wednesday announced that Harris was heading up the administration's approach to the U.S.-Mexico border as they scrambled to get a grip on the increasingly fraught situation. Now, my understanding is you really got to ask yourself, who's running the country right now? Who is running the country? My understanding of how things worked with presidents, maybe my understanding's wrong, okay? Maybe my understanding's wrong. I'm up to be wrong. I'm wrong all the time. I thought the president was responsible for protecting America's borders. Not the vice president, but anyway. She's leading the effort, Biden said. The best thing to do is put someone, when he or she speaks, they don't have to wonder about, is that where the president is? She speaks for me. She knows what she's doing. Okay, that's the second mistake. Biden says Kamala speaks for him. Yes, I'm going to play the audio of that later. And again, this list of Biden and White House mistakes, I'm only going to put on this list things that have happened in the last 24 hours, okay? I don't have enough paper for the past couple of months. The White House on Wednesday was further facing anger at its continued refusal to allow media access to the border camps where children were being held. And let me tell you something. When people talk about camps, wow, that's a big deal. You know, when people talk about camps, you know what that puts in people's minds, right? Concentration camps. The Department of Homeland Security's facilities were open for press trips, and an MSNBC reporter, Gabe Gutierrez, I don't know, I can't pronounce his last name. Is it Gutierrez? I don't know. Spoke of smiling youngsters playing soccer, meeting with lawyers. Wait a second. These are kids. They're meeting with lawyers. Since when do kids have consultations with lawyers? Where are their parents? This is MSNBC. And sleeping in dormitories of 4 people. There were 766 children in total, he said, and 108 of them have tested positive for COVID. So they're being kept in negative pressure areas. Okay, this is the third mistake. Third mistake. White House set up a fake tour, set up a propaganda tour, set up fake, I'm writing this down in purple, fake propaganda tour of fake facility. We'll get more on that later. Okay, so again, I'm only writing down on my list mistakes in the last 24 hours, people, okay? Please understand. Okay, so there were 766 children in total here in rooms of 4. The busier and more concerning center run by the Customs and Border Patrol in Donna, Texas, however, remained off limits. That's right. Cruz said, let me go back here. The White House handpicked a TV crew to accompany their trip to the Carrizo Springs, not the Donna facility, said Senator Ted Cruz of Texas. That's not transparency. True transparency would be to open the Donna facility to the press. That is 1,556% capacity. Did you hear that? The other, they said, this is. I told you guys this 2 weeks ago when the people were first saying, well, let's let the press in. I said eventually they will. Remember, I've said how many times? I said this so many times it was like repetitive, but I wanted to make sure you heard me say it. So I mean, it's amazing. It's amazing what's going on. I told you that they were going to set up a fake propaganda tour and put that on television and say, this is it. Look, they're playing soccer. There's only 4 in a room. They're meeting with lawyers, which is illegal because they're minors. And then Ted Cruz is going to a facility in Texas, this Donna facility, that's 1,556% over capacity. 18 senators are going to go there on Friday. Are they all Republicans? Probably. Ted Cruz said the children at the Donna facility are hungry and have only showered once in the last 7 days. And they're being forced to sleep on the floor. They've not seen sunlight in days. You know, there was a movie with Robert Redford called Brubaker. Anybody remember Brubaker? I remember Brubaker. And he took over as a warden of a state penitentiary. And one of the first things he did was get a bunch of sunglasses because he was letting the guys that were in solitary confinement in the hole, who hadn't been out in a long time, to see the sun. And they'd been in the hole so long, they made sure they put sunglasses on them. It's inhumane. This Donna facility, they haven't showered in a week. it's bad. No one should go hungry in America, right? Everyone agrees with that. But not only do we have people going hungry in America, we have people going hungry, according to Senator Ted Cruz in America, who are in the custody of the Biden administration at the Donna facility in Texas. That's 1,556% of capacity. They don't have food. They've not seen the sun in days, and they've not showered in at least a week. Oh my goodness. They're going hungry. Cruz said the children at the facility were hungry, have only showered once in 7 days, were forced to sleep on the floor, and have not seen sunlight in days. Senator Cruz added, quote, if the Biden administration was truly committed to being transparent about the crisis on the border, they would grant media access to the Donna facility. That's right, Senator Ted Cruz. You're not lying, Ted Cruz, today. This is truthful, Ted Cruz. Critics of Kamala Harris, who was California's Attorney General before she became a senator, were swift to voice their concerns. I've been informed that Vice President Kamala Harris has been put in charge of border security, said Doug Ducey, the Republican governor of Arizona. She's about the worst possible choice that one could make. In no point in her career has she given any indication that she considers the border a problem or a serious threat. Other critics of Kamala Harris pointed out her previous policies. Senator Josh Hawley, Republican from Missouri, tweeted this: this is a person Joe Biden is putting in charge of the border? An advocate for decriminalizing illegal border crossings? He was referencing how during a Democratic primary debate in June 2019, Kamala was among those who raised their hands when asked if they were in favor of decriminalizing illegal border crossings. When Meghan McCain asked her about it on The View, Kamala denied it, though she still said the law should not be criminally enforced. So we put somebody in charge of border enforcement who doesn't believe in a border or enforcement of it. Wow. The year before, as a senator, Kamala sparked uproar by asking the former Immigration and Customs Enforcement Acting Director, that's ICE, whether he understood people who compared ICE to the KKK. She said this is Kamala, to the ICE head, are you aware of the perception of many about how the power and the discretion at ICE is being used to enforce the laws, and you do not see any parallels with the KKK, she said. Are you aware that there's a perception that ICE is administering its power in a way that's causing fear and intimidation, particularly among their Immigration and Customs Enforcement, they mostly deal with immigrants, particularly among immigrants, she said, and specifically among immigrants coming from Mexico and Central America. John Cooper, a spokesman for the Heritage Foundation, a conservative think tank, tweeted this: Kamala was just named the point person to lead the Biden administration's response to the border crisis it's created. Let's take a walk down memory lane and look at some of her recent statements about the border, kids in cages, and more. And then he has a long list of her quotes. Oh, man. Biden announcing Harris's new role admitted there was a serious spike in immigration at the border. Biden announced his decision on Wednesday in a meeting with Health and Human Services Secretary and the head of the Homeland Security. A disaster. I've got 3 things on the list. I'm not done. But we're going to take our first break of the day, all right? My name is Brian Craig. This is Florida's longest-running radio show, The Steve Kane Show. That's right, on the radio since 1977. We'll take a break and be right back. Don't go anywhere.
You've heard Steve Kane, Richie the bus driver, and many
be right back, guys.
Listeners tell you about the great work Dr. Gupta at Brighton Dental Care offers. Steve Kane listener Hank called in. He had an accident. He went to Dr. Gupta, and he told us his story.
Good morning, Brian. My name's Hank. I'm calling from Hollywood. Brian, I'm calling you for a different thing. About a month or so ago, I called first thing in the morning because I fainted coming out of my bathroom, and I busted my 3 front teeth. I busted my chin, but I guess I fainted, I fell, I cracked my chin, it hit my upper teeth, and cracked my 3 front teeth. I want to thank you, and I really want to thank Dr. Gupta. I mean, besides the fact that my teeth look great, besides the fact that, his assistant is really good, really nice, they're all really nice over there, the price was unbelievable. When I came home and I told my wife, she's like, I thought that thing was going to cost you 3 times as much. I said, so did I. And I just want to thank you. I want to thank you, Dr. Gupta. He's awesome. Appreciate your show. I listen to your show a lot. I only called in this is the second time. Both times, one was to make sure I'm going to the right office where Dr. Gupta was, and then this one to let you know that he's great. I know you know he's great. I just want your listeners to know he's great. His assistant is great. The prices are great. Everything is great over there.
Awesome. Well, listen, I'm glad you had a great experience with Dr.
Yeah, I did. Thank you again, Brian.
Well, thank you.
Thank you, and thank Steve, and you guys keep up the good work over there. I appreciate it. Dr. Gupta, you keep up the good work, too.
All right, there we go.
So everybody keep up.
All right, I think you guys just heard what will be the new commercial for Dr. Gupta.
Do what Hank did. Call Dr. Gupta at Brighton Dental. For Steve Kane listeners, free consultations. And always the best price. Give Dr. Gupta a call right now. 954-922-4633. 954-922-4633.
This is Dr.
Hey, Florence, $5 super chat. Thank you. Brian, Linda, and Steve, thanks for all you guys do. Well, thank you, Florence, for watching and listening, and thank you for that super chat. It's appreciated. Thank you so much, Florence. Hey, guys, make sure you're subscribed. If you think you're subscribed already, check and make sure you're subscribed. And a lot of people are telling me, like I did a live stream last night, I get messages, I'm not getting my notifications. Check and make sure you're subscribed and you got the notification bell clicked. You got to have the notification and the subscription. So go and check real quick and come back because you should be getting those notifications. Oh, man. All right. Welcome back. 20 minutes after the hour. My name is Brian Craig. This is Florida's longest-running radio show, the Steve Kane Radio Show, on the radio since 1977. So, oh, man. So just a disaster for the White House yesterday. Just a disaster for the Biden administration. And every decision Biden made yesterday was a disaster. I've already got 3 on my list of, now what I started, and I'll add to this list as we go on. Yesterday, I'm talking about decision-making, which is really what is most important, I think, above all else with a president, is their ability to make good decisions, wise decisions, because they're called on to make decisions with limited information sometimes, and they got to make it on the spot. And yesterday, I saw what I consider to be the worst day of decision-making from any president in my lifetime with Biden yesterday. Okay, and I got a list here. Here's the list so far. 3 things Biden has done just in the last 24 hours, people, that are disastrous decisions. 1, he put Kamala in charge of the border crisis. 2, he said Kamala speaks for him, and when she says and does something, she doesn't need to run it by him. So he's given her presidential authority. 3, they set up this fake propaganda tour with MSDNC of a facility where they only have 4 people in a room, not the Donna facility that is over 1,500 capacity, where they haven't showered in a week, they don't have enough food, they're hungry, and they haven't seen sunshine in we don't know how long. Oh my goodness. Vanessa, missing Trump every day. Thank you, Brian. Well, thank you, Vanessa, for that super chat. Thank you. Tanella super. Everybody thank Vanessa and thank Florence. Oh man, sorry. Oh man. Yeah. I got up early today. Because I was so upset, and I got up too early today. In fact, I did all my show prep that I do at home before I come to work, and my daughter's toilet needed fixed. I was going to do it after the show today. When I got home, I fixed my daughter's toilet before I left the house today. That's right. I was doing toilet repair before I came into work today. Oh my goodness. Yeah, well, that's what you got to do, That's what you got to do. But anyway, okay, so we're going through this. Now, another thing Biden did by doing all of this is today at 1 o'clock is the long-awaited Biden press conference. The long-awaited Biden press conference. Okay? Big mistake with that. Big mistake. He made this is mistake number 4. And by the way, If you have any mistakes to add to this list, please call and let me know. Or if you take issue with any of these mistakes, call and let me know. And again, I want to limit mistakes to the last 24 hours. Okay? These are just, I don't want to hear from his entire life or from the past 60 days and all that. I'm just talking about yesterday. He made a terrible mistake involving the press conference today. The press conference today is at 1 o'clock. Joe Biden has made history. He has gone longer than any president in 100 years who they're new in office and haven't had a press conference. This is the longest any president has gone when they're new in office without having a press conference. And we all know why he hasn't had a press conference, because he can't. I mean, he's not, you know what I mean. You know what the problems are. You see Biden. Okay? And, no, I did really fix the toilet before I left the house. Somebody sent me a DM. Oh, I did fix it. Just got the notification here. Popped up. Did you really? You didn't really. Yes, I did really fix my daughter's toilet this morning. Yes. I could have waited till after the show, but I did it before. Biden was, they've been panicked over this press conference. The only reason they're doing a press conference is because the press, even the mainstream liberal media, have been pushing him to do it. All right? So he had no choice but to do it. They didn't want to do a press conference. Are you kidding me? You know, and they had an out. They had a free ride press conference and they blew it. The Boulder incident, the Boulder shooting a couple days ago, could have made the whole thing about that and gun control. And the press love him on that. Oh, executive action. You're not going to executive order away our constant. You know, listen, the Second Amendment is part of the Bill of Rights, which is the first 10 amendments of the United States Constitution. And look how the liberals are like, he's going to sign a paper and wipe out one of the amendments on the Bill of Rights. Are you kidding me? You kidding me? But he could have made this whole event today about the shooting in Boulder and about gun control and the need to do all these things, you know, and the liberal media would have loved it. They would have loved it. Oh, Biden, watch, he's signing away part of the Bill of Rights. Yay. You know. But then he goes out and puts Kamala Harris not just in charge of the border security, but said that she has presidential authority. She can do whatever she wants, and she speaks for me. She does not have to check for me. She does not have to check with me, he said. So now we got a co-president. Who's running the country? That's right, Kamala Harris. He said, let me play it for you. Joe Biden said Kamala Harris doesn't have to check with him. She speaks for him, and whatever she says goes. Listen, yeah, I'm not kidding. It's hard to understand him because he's talking through the mask. Here it goes.
I've asked her, the VP, today, because she's the most qualified person to do it, to lead our efforts with Mexico and the Northern Triangle and the countries that help us. We're going to need help in stemming the movement of so many folks stemming the migration to our southern border.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so there he puts her in charge. Okay, we heard, and then he says that she has his authority as president.
It's not her full responsibility job, but she's leading the effort, because I think the best thing to do is to put someone who, when he or she speaks, they don't have to wonder about, is that where the president is? When she speaks for me, doesn't have to check with me, she knows what she's doing.
Wow, she doesn't have to check with me. Really? Yeah, she's got full presidential authority. She's co-commander-in-chief. What if she goes down there, you know, she doesn't have to check with him. She can do whatever she wants. She's got the full authority of him, and it's not to be questioned. See, now this was a huge mistake, because now they've given the press some things to talk about and ask about. All these things I'm sharing with you, as opposed to the shooting in Boulder, which would have given him a free pass. Now he's going to be held accountable. Now, so Kamala doesn't have to check with him, and no one's to question it. If she gives an order, don't question it. She doesn't have to check with me. What if Kamala goes down to the southern border and goes to these facilities and swears them all in as U.S. citizens? Boom. What if she does that? They're all U.S. citizens now. That's it. It's over. Yeah, but we haven't done background checks. We don't know what they've done. That's okay. She speaks for the president. Don't question her. And she doesn't have to check in with him. And don't you check in with him either. Okay? He has a press conference at 1. Is that before or after nap time? I don't know. Oh, my goodness. So that's it. That's the next disaster he made. I've got 4. Now, again, I want to keep the poor decision-making just to the last day. Okay? I don't want to hear before yesterday. We had 4 on my list already. Disastrous things that show very poor decision-making on behalf of Biden. Oh, my goodness. Free ride press conference, he blew that. Gee whiz. She could go down there and swear every single one of them as U.S. citizens, and Biden said she has the authority to do it. That's right. What if she goes down there and disbands border checkpoints? He said she has his full authority. ICE, go home. You're the vice president. You can't do that. I have the authority of the president. I don't have to check in with him, and he said don't check in with him. My authority is as if he's speaking. I've got the soundbite right here of Joe yesterday. She could go down there and send the Border Patrol home and close down the checkpoints. And she's got his full authority. Don't question it. She knows what she's doing, Biden says. Oh, boy. All right, if you're on hold, don't go anywhere. Oh, my goodness. My name is Brian Craig. This is the Steve Kane Radio Show, Florida's longest-running radio show on the radio since 1977. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back after this. Oh, man.
Brian Craig here. I've been telling you for years how great My Pillow.
You're all welcome to call in.
Just take my word for it. This is one of our listeners,
Right back.
Todd. He bought the My Pillow mattress topper, and he called us live on the radio to tell us about his experience with the My Pillow mattress topper.
Yeah, I'm calling to get testimonial about my pillow topper.
You ordered the My Pillow, the mattress topper?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Well, I was thinking about buying a new mattress. My old mattress was getting old, so my wife's like, "Why don't you try that pillow, that mattress top?" So I went on. I used your promo code Kane. I got a great price. Got it home, and I've been using it for the last 3 nights. It's fantastic.
Oh, that's
It
awesome.
feels like a whole new mattress.
I've talked to other listeners with the My Pillow mattress topper, and they come in all sizes. The mattress companies have turned into con artists. When I was a kid, mattresses were two-sided. You'd have the mattress, then after a while, you'd flip it over. Now you can't flip mattresses anymore. They don't make them that way anymore because people.
Well, thank you. I'm glad you love the show.
So the mattress company stopped making two-sided mattresses, and mattresses are expensive. I've had to buy a new mattress, and mattresses can cost well over, just for a regular normal mattress, over $1,000. So that My Pillow mattress topper is a big savings. It saved you from buying a new mattress and turn your whole bed into a My Pillow.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I really love it. I sleep really good.
Well, that's great. Well, I appreciate that. You guys out there, remember, promo code Kane, K-A-N-E. Now, when you use the promo code Kane...
Tim K, $5 super chat. Thank you.
30%.
Good morning from Moncton, Northern British Columbia. Wow, Canada. Well, thank you.
30% off the My Pillow
Thank you,
mattress
Tim
topper.
K from
Mattress,
British
My
Columbia.
Pillow mattress, promo code Kane, K-A-N-E, at mypillow.com.
Is NB British Columbia? What's the NB? Is that North British Columbia? What is the NB? Oh, Florida is awesome. I already have a Discord that I don't use.
Throughout South Florida, from Palm Beach Gardens to Coral Gables. Call toll free 1-855-FLA-3782. Listen to
Oh,
the
man.
Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search for W.
Oh, wow. 32 minutes after the hour, I'm Brian Craig. This is the Steve Kane Radio Show, Florida's longest-running radio show on the radio since 1977. Our number is toll-free 1-888-GO-KANE-1. 888-465-2631. 888-465-2631. It is a toll-free call no matter where you are calling from. Here in South Florida, around America, around the world, 888-465-2631. And we're talking about the poorest decision-making day of any president in the modern times that I've been coherent of so far as these things go. I'm making a list, I'm checking it twice, and we don't have to decide whether Biden is naughty or nice. We know he's naughty. I just talked to Tara Reid. But I've got 4 decisions made yesterday that were just New Brunswick, Canada. We have, by the way, on the YouTube live chat room. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're international people. That's right. So I'm going to go to the phones now before I get into more. But this is a disaster going on during this crisis. Oh boy! All right, let's go. You're on the radio. What's your name?
I'm Sarah.
Hey, Sarah. Sarah in Louisiana. How you doing, Sarah?
Yes, doing great. 8 years ago, my husband was murdered by the cartel. My husband, my uncle, and they ran over me with a car and left me for dead. This is a huge mistake.
No. Slow down a little bit. You talk so fast and so low. Okay, that tragic story. Retell that tragic story that you told in about 6 seconds. Tell it a little slower. Speak up a little bit so people can hear it.
My husband was murdered. My husband, my uncle, and I was run over by the cartel.
The cartel in Louisiana?
No, at that time we were living in Texas in Starr County.
So how did you have a run-in with the drug cartels?
They were coming across our land.
Oh my goodness.
It was horrible. This is a huge, huge mistake. I can't even believe this is... I don't even recognize our country. And I don't want anyone to feel the pain that me and my children have been through. I can't believe this.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Now listen. So your husband was murdered by the cartel?
Yes.
Okay. And they ran you over and left you for dead?
Yes, I was in a body cast for 2 years.
Oh my goodness. Now, what exactly happened that caused this confrontation? You say they were on your land. What happened? Did you just happen to cross them, or did you run some kind of defense to defend your land? What happened?
He did, yes, he did. Cause,
he did what?
Kept coming across. He tried to stop them from coming across our land.
Oh, man.
And it changed me and my children's lives forever.
Oh, yeah.
That was a pretty secure border, not like Trump had it.
Yeah. What year was that? 8
years ago.
Oh, during the Obama era.
Yes.
Yeah. So what happened? So everyone's dead. Were you alone alive, or were there some other people left alive with you?
Me alone.
So how did you get saved? How did someone know that you were out there run over dying?
My maid had came later on and found me.
Oh my! How long were you out there alone before you were discovered?
A couple hours.
Were you awake and coherent? Do you have a memory of it?
I was not.
Oh, that's a blessing.
It is.
Oh my gosh. So did you know your husband was dead, or did they tell you when you woke up in the hospital?
No, they told me when I woke up.
Oh my goodness.
Shot him in the head with an AK.
They shot your husband in the head with an AK-47?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, he's on life support.
Oh, he survived, but he was on life support. Oh my goodness.
Pull the plug or anything.
So what federal agency came to interview you to get information on this? FBI? Who came to you to?
FBI.
And what happened?
Really, we got nothing.
Nothing. Yeah.
No justice.
Nothing. No justice. No nothing. Wow. That's amazing. That's terrible. So sorry. That's awful. That's awful. Yeah. Wow. How far from the southern border were you? Like, how far into the you were in Texas, right? How far into Texas were you?
45 minutes by driving.
A 45-minute drive, so maybe about, in that kind of terrain, was that like 30 miles, 20 miles, how long?
About 40 miles.
40 miles in. 40 miles inside the United States. Wow. That's rough. It's rough.
I want to ask that his list of mistakes, well, their mistake, is Bill Clinton having a talk with how to empower women.
Oh, yes, with Kamala. Let me add that to the list. That's a good... I forgot about that. Bill Clinton with Kamala and in a roundtable discussion on... What is it about ending abuse of women or something? Oh, on how to empower women. On how to empower women. I wonder if Juanita Broderick or Kathleen Willey will be a part of that with Paula Jones. Can they be on the panel?
Sure.
Yeah.
That's a mockery.
Yeah, so that was also yesterday. Yeah, so that. I mean, yeah, and when I say this, it's not just because I'm not a Biden guy, and I'm a Trump guy. Those 5 things we have on this list already are, and I'll review the list as the show goes on. These are just within the last day. This is some of the most poor decision making I think I've ever seen from a president in one day. I don't think I've seen so many bad. Now, presidents can do something you disagree with. What I'm talking about are things that are clearly just stupid lapses in judgment.
It is stupid. I hate to say it, but are we going to come back from this?
Oh yeah, yes, of course we'll come back. America's been through worse, right? We've been through worse. We went through 9/11. We went through the Depression. We went through a civil war. In the War of 1812, they burned down the White House. The government almost collapsed. No. Well, America will survive.
Great.
Yeah, don't worry about that. But we've been through some stuff, man. I mean, the Dust Bowl and all that stuff. Now we'll get through it. It's just it'll be a rough few years.
Long 4 years.
Mm-hmm. Well, hey, listen, we're about 2 months into it, so so some of it's not quite 4 years because we're a couple months in. So we're like we're like somebody that's in a jail cell marking the days till till 20.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. All right. Hey, take care. All right. Thanks so much, and sorry for your loss. Oh boy, terrible story. Good morning. You're on the radio.
Hey, thanks for welcome.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, it started with the letterhead. Started with the official.
Well, that was 2 days ago. That was 2 days ago. That was 2 days ago. I'm talking about just yesterday.
I know it started then. And then yesterday when I sent you about the, him saying that she's going to take over everything. It's going to be all on. She makes decisions.
Well, what it looks like to me. This thing this is what Mike. You're going to have to call back because the connection with you is really bad. I mean, I can understand about every third word. So call back with a better connection. I apologize, Mike and Boca. I can only understand about every third word, but I pieced together enough of the broken sentences to put together your thoughts, but I don't think people listen on the radio. Okay. When Biden put her in charge yesterday and says she speaks for me, she doesn't have to check with me. Her word is the word of the president, and she knows what she's doing. It sounds to me almost as if that is like a transition. Instead of making him resign, instead of invoking the 25th Amendment, it's like they've gone to Biden and he's handed things over to her, like officially. She knows what she's doing. She doesn't have to check with me, right? Does it sound that way to you that this is like a transition? Good morning. Good morning. You're on. Hello? Yeah, what's your name?
This is Sean from Oregon.
Hey, Sean in Oregon, what's up?
I really just don't understand how we saw so much impropriety, so much cheating.
Well, we're talking about what's going on at the border right now. We want to talk about that. That is crazy, isn't it?
So, what no one's talking about is, I've heard it mentioned a couple of times, but no one's talking about how these guys are straight up biological.
Okay, all right, okay. I mean, let me take some calls that are calling me from Earth. Is Oregon on the planet Earth? Because if he's calling from Oregon, Oregon sounds like it's like on Mars or something. I don't know. Good. And I'm not talking about the quality of his phone connection. I'm talking about the things he was saying to me. You're on the radio. Good morning. Oh, is this Mike from Boca again? No, Mike, your phone is just whacked out today. It's just not working today, Mike in Boca. Good morning. You're on the radio.
Good morning.
Yeah, what's your name?
My name's Nick from North Florida.
Hey, Nick in North Florida. What is on your mind?
Just, him turning all this over to Kamala is just in time for his press conference today. Then every question they ask about the border, he can say, well, Kamala's taking care of that.
Tell people to circle back to Kamala. Circle back to Kamala.
Exactly right. This is the most corrupt bunch of idiots that's ever been in office, and I don't know if I can.
Well, I mean, when he says she doesn't have to check with me, she knows what she's doing, I'm putting her in charge, does that sound like he's a transition?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, he don't know where he's at anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Ask them, who do I turn to now or whatever, and, he's not in charge of nothing. If his wife isn't, then I don't know who is,
Oh, Kamala is. Kamala is. So what if Kamala, since she can do whatever she wants, she knows what she's doing, Biden says, she doesn't have to check with him, it's as if the president gave an order. What if she goes down to the southern border and swears them all in as citizens?
Well, she just have to do that.
She could do that, yeah.
Barack will figure that out.
Yeah, she can. According to Biden, she could do that.
Exactly right, yeah.
Oh, my.
She's going to be the president in charge, and he's going to be the puppet.
Well, it's kind of like she is. It's kind of like he made her a co-president yesterday.
Exactly. They need to get Jeff Dunham.
I don't know who that is. Who?
Jeff Dunham, the guy.
Oh, the comedian. The comedian. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Of course.
Yeah, maybe he's already working at the White House, It's hard to tell. Biden's got that mask on. You can't see his lips.
Yeah. Our country's in trouble. It's sad, but it's in serious trouble. I just can't see this going.
Well, it's going to. It's going to.
About 2022.
All right. Well, listen, we're going to run. Oh, we got to run for our break. If you're on hold, do not go anywhere. All right? I just looked at the clock. I got to take the break 46 minutes after the hour. I'm Brian Craig. This is Florida's longest-running radio show, The Steve Kane Show. We'll be back right after this.
Live on the air to tell me about his experience.
Be right back,
at Friendly
guys.
Tire.
I had two bald guys in the back of my Infinity. I called them up, and I was always set prices first. Half the price of everybody else.
Half the price? Half the price at Friendly Tire. Wow.
Half the price, and not only that, his tires, which the tires I was looking at had any mileage guarantee. His is a 60,000 mile warranty. So wow. They're not only half the price, they're twice as good.
So you're a repeat customer over there at Friendly Tire. You bought new tires, right? So you bought new tires, because they also sell used tires, starting at just $30 for most sizes. But you bought new tires, and they were half the price at Friendly Tire than at the other tire shops around town. That is phenomenal, and came with a 60,000 mile warranty on the tires. That's great. And of course, Friendly Tire, they never charge you to mount the tire, balance the tire, or dispose of your old tires. The price that they give you are out the door and on the road. And
everybody should go there. I don't know how anybody could buy tires anyplace else. This guy is the best prices.
That's right. That's right. Listen,
now, guys, make sure you are subscribed and have the notification bell. I get a lot of messages. I do live streams all the time, like from home. I did one last night. I got quite a few. I did one on Newsmax TV. Is being taken off of some cable companies. It's the video before this one. And I got a lot of messages last night after that I woke up to. People said they didn't get the notification. So if you're already subscribed, check and make sure you're subscribed and you have the notification, okay, clicked.
South Florida's FM Money Talk Radio Network, WWNN, Pompano Beach.
Hi, my name is Tom.
Steve Kane Show. Hello? Hey, Richie, hold on. Steve Kane Show. Steve Kane Show. Hello, hold on. Steve Kane Show. Hey, John. I should grow a beard. I chicken out. Like, this is about as much as I get. And then when I get into the next phase, it gets itchy. And I don't know how much of a beard I could grow. I really haven't let it get too much beyond this. Like over here, it looks a little thin. Jeff from Maine, $9.99 Super Chat. Thank you, Jeff from Maine. Everybody thank Jeff from Maine. $9.99 Super Chat. Thank you, Jeff from Maine.
Roof and home is ready for the 2021 hurricane season. So don't delay and call us at 954-604-46.
Oh, Dave 2D. Yeah, Dave 2D did a lot. Dave 2D. I mean, that guy, I've never laughed so hard in my life as that guy.
Video and live testimonials from a few of our past clients. Our number again is 954-604-4602.
Listen to the Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search.
All righty. We are back. My name is Brian Craig. This is the Steve Kane Radio Show. Let's go to John in Wellington. Hey, John.
Hey, Brian. Good morning. Listen, what I wanted to say was, in my opinion, the only decision that Joe Biden is making is whether to have cherry or lime jello every day.
Oh, yeah.
Any kind of executive decision.
Yeah, or is it pudding today? What day is pudding day? Yeah.
I think that's Saturday.
Oh, okay. Pudding day. Okay.
But
yeah.
It's terrible. It's ridiculous. It's just like you said earlier in the show. He put someone in charge of the border that doesn't believe in a border.
That's right. That's great, isn't it? Yeah. And she has full authority. She doesn't have to check with him, and she's not to be questioned. It's as if he is speaking. So maybe, what is the treaty we have with Mexico? The Treaty of something Galupe. I can't remember the name of the treaty. It's been a long time. Maybe she could just cancel out that treaty we have with Mexico that we signed after the Mexican War.
Absolutely.
Yeah, she has this. Yeah.
Oh, if it's a matter of dealing with facts of the Mexican War, maybe she can give Texas, New Mexico, Arizona, and California back.
That's right. Yeah, yes, all this occupied Mexican territory. We got what states? What states are Mexico? California, of course, New Mexico, Texas, Arizona. What else? What are those? The only four? Because those territories were big. I don't know. Hey, she knows what she's doing. Come on, man. Don't circle back to me. Come on, man. Randall Moore, $20 Super Chat. Thank you. Good morning from Ohio, my home state.
Before he completely lost all his marbles.
Thank you for that Super Chat. Everyone thank Randall.
China, and he told the president of China, hey, give me 6 months, and I will stay from within.
I don't know about destroy, but sell out. I saw a guy on Fox yesterday. Well, I didn't see it. I heard it, okay, because I was listening, not watching. And he was a military expert. And this was in the morning after I got off the air, so maybe someone else heard this. And he talked about the military superiority that China has in the Pacific region because we have spent 20 years involved in these Middle Eastern conflicts post 9/11, and the Pacific was just really neglected. President Trump was starting to correct that, but he didn't have enough time. And we're in big trouble. I had a caller the other day that talked about this, and Taiwan could be taken any moment. And even if we wanted to, we wouldn't be in a position to do much, and this president would allow it to happen.
Aren't you a history major?
A couple of things, yeah, but Biden's got a major Biden, yes. Yeah. Yes. He's back at the White House, by the way. Major Biden's back at the White House, Psaki said yesterday.
Great. I mentioned history because prior to every single major conflict that the United States has been in, our enemies always had military superiority.
Correct. The Japanese, the Germans, absolutely.
Yes. After our Civil War, we downsized. After the Spanish-American War, we downsized. After World War I, we downsized to extreme measures. And we weren't ready for World War II. And when the Japanese hit Pearl Harbor, 60% of our Navy was sunk.
That's right. That's right. But Franklin Roosevelt was a lot of terrible things. He was a racist. He was a communist. He was a Democrat. He was a lot of terrible things, but he didn't work. He wasn't an employee of Japan like we have with the Bidens with China, This is all new territory. Oh, by the way, just unrelated to this, this military expert talking about the Chinese military superiority in the Pacific, he referred to all of these Middle Eastern wars as a name under a name I've not heard before. He called them the 9/11 wars, which would be Iraq, Afghanistan, I guess Syria, Libya, all that. He called them the 9/11 wars, and I've never heard that before, and I think that's probably going to be what the history books call those things, the 9/11 wars. The guy, I don't know if he came up with that, but he coined a description. But you're right. So what do you think now? Does it look to you as if there's been a transition here, that Biden has handed over the presidency to Kamala yesterday by this?
Officially, I think the transition happened unofficially the day that they were...
Yeah, well, I think it certainly happened yesterday. All right, thanks for the call, man. All right, Richie the bus driver.
Good morning. I'm going to say this to you, and I believe that you're a little wrong here.
Of course.
I think you're optimistic. I don't think America's coming back from this. We're in a completely different situation. We've got generations now that have been
Joseph, $75 on PayPal. Thank you, Joseph.
56% approval rating.
Well, polls. I don't believe polls. I don't believe opinion polls.
Americans like what the job's doing. What kind of?
So you say the country won't survive this. So what do you mean that? What does? Hold on, slow down. What does that mean exactly? Will there no longer be a United States? What do you, when you say the country won't survive, what will be here in its place when we've not survived it?
Right. I believe that China is going to go all out now and start gobbling up crap that we've been partners with for all these years. I think we have a government within right now that's...
Yeah. Well, that's for sure.
Get even with us for voting for Trump.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're wrong. I mean, this
yeah. Mm-hmm.
And China, when China starts gobbling up, and they got Russia now on their side, what are we going to do? We'll lose. We'll lose a military war at this point right now. I don't care, because we don't have the
mm-hmm.
country behind the American way of life.
Yeah.
They've been indoctrinated into believing that capitalism and all this is wrong. The founding is wrong. Everything is wrong. So this country will be beholden to China. I am convinced. I don't think we're coming back. They're ready to take over right now, that where you'll never see another Republican.
Well, it is a little strange that all of a sudden everything's about hate crimes against Asians. It's very strange. All out of the blue.
I'm telling you, I see nothing on the horizon because of the American people have lost their gumption.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think you're right. Everybody calling the show, but we're preaching to the choir, obviously.
No, we're in a minority. What minority is that? Of Americans? What's the minority group?
I think we're the last of the American people. Because we believe this is a great country. They don't. They hate this country, Brian. It's just out of control. And I'm sorry. I've seen it up when I see a 56% approval rating and the press is on his side.
Yeah. Yeah.
Every one of them. We've lost our country. I'm convinced.
All right. Richie the bus driver. Doom and gloom from Richie. All right, good morning. You're on the air. Oh, boy. Here we go. Once. Twice. Yes, I can hear you. What's your name?
Jan.
Yeah, speak up a little bit. You're too far from the phone. I can hardly hear you.
I'm calling in regards to your membership.
What? Who are you? Who are you? Well, membership to what? What membership did I cancel? one of your trainers is punking you, is playing a joke on you. What? A membership to what? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. A gym membership? What kind of membership? Oh my goodness. By the way, that call was on hold for about 25 minutes. Okay? So I don't know what that was all about. That's got to be the dumbest person I've ever heard. No one's calling about renewing memberships. It's 6:58 in the morning. Oh my goodness. All right, listen, we're coming up on the top of the hour. I'll do a recap of what I started with at 6 a.m. after the top of the hour. We'll get back to the phones. Our number 1-888-GO-CANE, 1-888-465-2631. My name is Brian Craig. This is the Steve Kane Radio Show, Florida's longest running radio show on the radio since 1977. 1 hour is down. Oh man, and 2 to go. That's right. I'm almost out of coffee. I got just a little bit of coffee left. Oh man. All right, we'll come back. Like I said, we'll do a recap, bring up some new issues, take some calls. 1 hour down, 2 to go. We'll be right back.
AM 1470, FM 95.3, 96.9. South Florida's FM Money Talk Radio Network. WWNN, Pompano Beach.
Brian Craig here. You've heard me tell you
Steve Kane Show.
Advisors can help you solve your Medicare plan
Hold on.
problems. They've been a valued friend of our community for years. They also want to help you retire and stay retired with the income plan you need for a successful retirement. Call Debbie Klatzoff and Dan Frazier at
The Cruz? Yeah, I'll give you the number. Call Ian.
Have them do a free, customized income for life report for you today. They can help you see if you
I'm going to put his number in here.
and put your mind at ease. Call Debbie and Dan at I Will Advisors, 954-753-8080, 954-753-8080. I Will Advisors.
I'm putting our travel agent's number in there.
Steve Kane radio listeners love Champagne Automotive.
Now listen, guys, that's Ian's number for the Cruz. Do me a favor. Please make sure you're subscribed and you've clicked that notification bell. I did a live stream last night on Newsmax TV, and a lot of people messaged me that they didn't get the notification. So, and I talked to a couple of them, and they said, oh, for some reason the notification was not checked. They thought it was. So make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you've got the notification clicked. That'll help. You'll get notifications every time I go live or upload a new video. And, of course, like the video. That helps a lot, too. Oh, my goodness.
Champagne Automotive Repair in Boca will never do a repair on your car that your car doesn't need. And their prices are low. Champagne Automotive Repair in Boca. Give them a call. 561-245-8101. 561-245-8101.
Hi, this is George Corey of the Soul Authority. In this time of social distancing and sheltering in place, many people have been forced to neglect their feet. We at the Soul Authority are making it possible for you to still take care of your feet while remaining in your home, as we will send a doctor to your house for all of your podiatric needs. The best part of all is that Medicare pays for this visit. So, if you're a Medicare recipient, give the Soul Authority a call today at 954-597-7060. That's 954-597-7060. Don't let social distancing stop you from taking care of your feet. Call the Soul Authority today.
The Steve Kane Show is brought to you by Attorney Barry Siegel at the Siegel Law Group. Are you concerned with the distribution of your assets at the time of your passing? Avoid probate. Call the Siegel Law Group with 9 offices throughout South Florida, from Palm Beach Gardens to Coral Gables. Call toll-free 1-855-FLA-3782.
You are listening to South Florida's longest running radio show, The Steve Kane Show. To call the show toll free, dial 1-888-COCAINE 1. That's 1-888-COCAINE 1. And now.
All right, we are back. Hour number 2 has begun. I'm Brian Craig. This is the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest running radio show on the radio since 1977. If you're just tuning in, you've missed a lot, people. You've missed a lot. I was talking yesterday in the first hour about yesterday with Biden. Biden made a series of decisions yesterday all of them disastrous, on the eve of his press conference, which is going to be today at 1 o'clock. And we've been talking about a lot of them. He just handed the presidency over to Kamala Harris. He did. Yesterday, again, I know it's hard to hear Biden because he's wearing that mask, but this is Biden yesterday talking about this new authority he's given Kamala Harris.
It's not her full responsibility for the job, but she's leading the effort, because I think the best thing to do is to put someone who, when he or she speaks, they don't have to wonder about, is that what the president is? When she speaks for me, doesn't have to check with me, she knows what she's doing.
Okay. When she speaks for him, she doesn't have to check with him, and she knows what she's doing. So he has just given her presidential authority, presidential power. She could go to the southern border this afternoon and send ICE home, send the Border Patrol and Customs Enforcement home. She speaks for him. She knows what she's doing. And don't worry, everything she says is for me. I'm giving her that authority because she knows what she is doing. This is frightening, people. This is the transition. It very well could be. It could very well be that they've made a deal. Don't invoke the 25th Amendment. Don't make me resign. I'm just handing everything over to you. Right? It looks like that could very well be what is going on here. All right, let's go to our phones. You're on the radio. Good morning.
Good morning, Brian. How are you?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
This is Gary from Wisconsin.
Hey, Gary.
You know, it's kind of odd. You know, well, first off, since you mentioned about the Biden, you know, giving Kamala Harris
presidential authority.
The presidential authority. So if she really messes up and everything else, could she be impeached right away?
Now, please, by the Democrats. Let's stay out of the Tom Clancy novels and get into reality. I mean, she doesn't believe there is a southern border. She believes that it's racist to have a southern border. I don't know about the northern border, but she certainly doesn't believe there's a southern border. So he has put someone in charge of something that she doesn't believe that even exists. And she has full presidential authority to do it.
But I mean, not to switch off of the topic, but like what Richie said, Richie's a bus driver. I mean, to an extent, I agree with what he said. You know, but I mean, for 4 years, the U.S. is going to be really under weird, strange, dumb.
Well, then President Trump in 2024, then President Trump will come back in 2024 and make America great again. I mean, that's what's going to happen. The country's is going to survive this. The country's going to survive this, people. It's not going to be fun, and it'll be rough for a lot of people, but we will survive it. All right. Good morning. You're on the air. Yes. Put your mouth up closer to the phone so I can hear you. Listen, I know you're trying to be funny and say something that you think is cute or say but I can't hear you. You got to put your mouth up to the part, the part of the phone you speak into. Put your mouth up to it.
There's your own thing. Go back to Canada.
Yeah. Go back to Canada? Who do you want to go back to Canada? Yeah. What does that mean? Yeah. Okay, which is this the third attempt? I heard the lady in the background. Excuse me. I heard. Oh my gosh. These people. I don't like the screen. I don't like the ban. I don't like the block. With that last caller, what you got a liberal trying to be a conservative, right? Trying to be a conservative. Get all those immigrants out there, y'all. Yeah, yeehaw. If they were old enough to remember hee-haw, that's kind of where the accent came from. All right, good morning. You're on the radio. Georgia Peach, $20 super sticker. Thank you. Thank you. Everyone thank Georgia Peach for that $20 super sticker.
I'm not in Prozac or anything, but I don't want to bring a bummer.
Oh, of course. You're Debbie Downer. The day after Trump won in 2016, you probably called and told me, this is the end. It's 2016. Trump just won. I mean, no matter what happens, we're done. You've always got razor blades on standby, Doug.
No. All I'll say is, what they say is, once you go far left, you never go back to the right.
Is that what they say? I never heard that one before.
Oh yeah, that's what they say. Yeah.
Who says that?
I've heard it many times.
Oh.
I'm hoping Trump will be able to bring everything back if he can get back in. Cancel culture people. I talked to somebody yesterday that really put it correct. He was saying that they have their priorities all mixed up. You can't say China virus because you're going to hurt the feelings of China, and you have to have the boys on the girls' teams.
Well, I remember the first Halloween I remember that I could remember, right? I couldn't go trick-or-treating. I was like 5 years old, 4 or 5 years old, because I had chicken pox. And I'm very concerned. Are people, people calling chicken pox, or do people have unusual bigotries towards chickens because we've connected chickens to the pox? I don't know. What about smallpox? Do small people, like those jockeys I saw at Gulfstream, do they get upset at smallpox because it's blaming smallness on a pox? I don't know. I don't know, and I don't know.
You got to change certain sports teams now. Their names are not allowed.
Well, I didn't read the article. I don't want to get sidelined into this stuff, but Jay Leno made some apology for Asian jokes that he made years ago, which is a strange thing. I don't quite get.
Yeah, and then these people don't want to go back to work because they're making the same money they were making in it.
Yeah. I don't understand what you're talking about and what you called in about. I really have no idea.
I'm saying how people have their priorities all messed up.
Yeah.
Want to go back to work and not worry about these.
Well, do you remember what conservatives used to call liberals? The fill in the blank crowd. Do you remember the blank crowd? What are the blanks? Do you remember?
Jeez, I don't remember.
The Hate America First crowd.
That's them.
Yeah, and now this thing with Biden, he said that she's in charge. When she speaks, she doesn't have to check in with him, and no one else should question it. So does it look as if there's been some type of transition here? What's that about?
I think that he got the first day in office. She was telling him what to do. He's not.
All right. Okay. Appreciate the call, Doug. Good morning. You're on the air.
Hello, Brian.
Yes. What's your name?
Hi, it's Vanessa.
Hey, Vanessa.
Hi. My question today is how these cable companies can get away with blocking Newsmax when they're trying to report the truth about the...
Well, for those that are wondering, I did a live stream on YouTube about this last night. I didn't bring it up on the radio this morning, but I was watching Chris Salcedo's show on Newsmax TV yesterday afternoon, and 2 cable companies in Texas are making a move to block Newsmax TV. And this is the beginning of something. And if this is allowed to go through, we're going to find Newsmax TV getting blocked on cable systems all over America because the mainstream media, they just don't want that message out there. There's a big attack going on Newsmax TV with this. It seems small, but it's the beginning.
It's terrible. And what about the transparency? And I wonder if this is Comcast.
It's two companies I've never heard of in Texas, and so I don't know too much about them. But I do know this: CNN and Fox in particular, they hate Newsmax, and Fox News changed their lineup somewhat because they were getting beaten in certain day parts by Newsmax. Martha McCallum lost her show, and they demoted her from that 7 o'clock show in the evening to the afternoons because Greg Kelly was beating Fox in the ratings. So they've done some. So I would imagine Fox News Channel and their friends at CNN probably have something to do with it.
Yes. Well, I'm glad you're shining a light on this because this needs to be talked about.
No doubt.
Resolved.
No doubt. So what do you think now? Now Biden, does it seem that Biden has handed the presidency over to Kamala Harris? He put her in charge of something that she doesn't believe exists. That's the United States southern border.
Probably, and I like you brought that up. He's wearing a mask. Who knows what he's really saying?
Yeah, I mean, who knows? I don't know what's going on under that mask. I mean, he wears a mask. I mean, he's been vaccinated, and everybody around him has been. So I don't know what that's all about. Yeah. All right, take care. I made a list. We've got 5 things on it of disastrous decisions made by Biden just yesterday. These are only decisions from yesterday. My sign fell down behind me with the phone number. I need to bring in some new Scotch tape because that Scotch tape I've been using for like 6 months, that piece, and it fell down yesterday too. But they made a huge mistake that they're trying to get away with today. When I say they, I mean the White House allowed what is being described as an independent film crew to go in one of the detention facilities with the kids. And it was independent. Oh, yeah, independently liberal Democrat. They sent in a reporter from MSNBC. It's more liberal than CNN. They might as well have sent La Raza in there to do it. So they sent in MSNBC into a facility that was, as I told you, a propaganda facility, a propaganda tour, a fake tour. The kids were in there 4 to a room. 4 to a room. They showed them eating, they showed them playing soccer, and they showed them meeting with lawyers, which I don't know how children are meeting with attorneys. I thought that minors, if they meet with a lawyer, a parent has to be present. Is that even legal? I don't know. And Ted Cruz quickly responded and said that they didn't go to the other facility that he went to that is 1,500% over capacity, where they have too little food to feed everyone, too little space, they're sleeping on the concrete floors. They haven't seen sunlight in days. They didn't go to that facility. Big mistake. Big mistake. And that useful idiot at MSNBC that went along with this, I would hope that the media would call them out for being part of a state control. This is how they ran things at Pravda in the Soviet Union. You know, that wasn't a real media event. That wasn't a real media tour. All right, we'll take our break 16 minutes after the hour. Our number, toll free, 1-888-GO-CANE 1-888-465-2631. 888-465-2631. We'll be back right after this.
Here, I've been telling you for years how great MyPillow products are, but don't just take my word for it. This is one of our listeners, Todd. He bought the MyPillow mattress topper, and he called us live on the radio to tell us about his experience with the MyPillow mattress topper.
Yeah, I'm calling to get testimonials about my MyPillow topper.
You ordered the MyPillow, the mattress topper?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Well, I was thinking about buying a new mattress because my old mattress was getting old. So my wife's like, why don't you try that pillow, that mattress top? I went on, I used your promo code Kane. I got a great price. Got it home, and I've been using it for the last 3 nights. It's fantastic.
Oh, that's awesome.
It feels like a whole new mattress.
I talked to other listeners with the MyPillow mattress topper, and they come in all sizes. The mattress companies have turned into con artists. When I was a kid, mattresses were two-sided. You'd have the mattress, then after a while you'd flip it over. Now you can't flip mattresses anymore. They don't make them that way anymore because people weren't buying mattresses enough. So the mattress companies stopped making two-sided mattresses, and mattresses are expensive. I've had to buy a new mattress, and mattresses can cost well over, just for a regular normal mattress, over $1,000. So that MyPillow...
Andrew, $4.99 super chat. Thank you. How long before we get President Harris? Andrew asked.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
I think we already got her. I think we are. She's got everything but the official title.
Promo code Kane,
Andrew, $4.99 super chat. Thank you, thank you. Everybody, thank Andrew.
Save 30% off your MyPillow mattress topper and receive 2 free MyPillows, but you got to use the promo code Kane, K-A-N-E. 30% off the MyPillow mattress topper. Turn your old mattress into a big MyPillow mattress. Promo code Kane, K-A-N-E at MyPillow.com. Hi, Brian Craig here. You've heard Dr. Mitch Matez and Steve Kane's wife Lori talk about their COVID testing at Any Lab Test Now of Boca and Any Lab Test Now of Coral Springs. I've been tested too. So is Steve Kane and his son Tyler. Today on the radio, Rabbi David called in. He felt that he was getting sick and wanted to get tested for coronavirus. So he went to Any Lab Test Now of Boca.
Go to Rabbi David. Hey, Rabbi.
By the way, you might hear congestion in my voice. I actually had a lot of congestion. I felt a little sick, and of course, I get nervous that, is it COVID or not? My wife also. So guess what we did? I listened to you. I went down to Any Lab Test Now yesterday, and I couldn't believe it. Went right in there. They put a little tiny thing, you didn't feel it in my finger. Literally 10 minutes later, not a second more, they came back and said, you're fine, negative, great. We went on our way, and we just, not even worried. So
that $69 price is just for Steve Kane Show listeners. You got to mention that, and it's that little finger test. You get it real quick. I'll tell you, anytime somebody has any type of congestion, all of a sudden, there's anxiety sets in, not just for them, but everybody around them. It's best just to go in and get the test. Say, I don't have the COVID. You know what I mean? Instead of dealing with all the wonder.
And they give you a piece of paper. But yesterday, I actually walked around with it. When people heard, oh, you don't sound so good, I take out that piece of paper. I said, I was tested right here, and I pick up the piece of paper and showed it to them that says negative. And
Any Lab Test Now of Boca and Coral Springs, they're good people, and we're very lucky to have them.
They're very caring and full of information.
First, we had a doctor recommendation from Dr. Mitch Matez. Now we have a rabbi. Rabbi recommended Any Lab Test Now of Boca, Any Lab Test Now of Coral Springs for your COVID testing. Yeah, that's great. Rabbi recommended.
Any Lab Test Now of Boca and Any Lab Test Now of Coral Springs. Rabbi recommended by Rabbi David for COVID testing. Rapid coronavirus testing, just $69. But you have to mention you heard them on the radio. Any Lab Test Now of Coral Springs is located on the southeast corner of University and Ramblewood near the Coral Square Mall. Their number, 954-906-5983. Any Lab Test Now of Boca is in the Sandalfoot Plaza where the Western Beef is. Their number, 561-237-5009. Make sure you mention you heard them on the radio.
Listen to the Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search for W.
All right, guys, welcome back. My name is Brian Craig. You are listening to the Steve Kane Radio Show, Florida's longest-running radio show, on the radio since 1977. Oh, man, so I was checking my voicemail this morning, and this was a voicemail that came in after the show yesterday. People leave us voicemail messages. Anytime we are not on the radio, I turn our voicemail on. So if you listen overnight, you can, and we're not here live, you can still call in and leave us voicemail messages, and if it's good, I'll play it on the air. If it's interesting, if it's something that's worthy of making it to the air, or even during the day. Anytime we are not on the air live, our voicemail is going, and you can leave messages on our voicemail. We got one of our elderly lady callers who's a Democrat call in, and let me play this. I wasn't going to play it, but she made this call a few minutes too early, I guess. Listen.
Brian, this is my message, is that I think there's a lot of wishful thinking between you and your leader.
Okay, now that's how I know she's a Democrat. Your leader. Of course, she's referencing Trump. She can't even say his name. Donald John Trump, the 45th president of the United States. She can't even say it. She got, your leader. And liberals like to say leader because Führer means leader. Okay, in German, so it's a Nazi reference. But anyway, let me play the call.
Brian, this is my message, is that I think there's a lot of wishful thinking between you and your Trump.
There, she said it. It was hard to get it out.
There's going to be resignation from Biden. I don't think that's going to happen. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Well, it has happened unofficially because yesterday we've got a new office. Remember, we had this new office a few months ago called the Office of President-Elect? This was a new office of the federal government, the Office of President-Elect. We've had President-Elects, but we never had the Office of. Very different, new, never heard of it before. Biden's all into creating new offices for the federal government. So the first office that he created that was new was the Office of President-Elect. Now Joe Biden yesterday, he apparently just through an executive edict created a new federal office called the Co-President of the United States. So he did not officially resign, lady, but he did put Kamala in charge.
Her full responsibility and job, but she's leading the effort because I think the best thing to do is to put someone who, when he or she speaks, they don't have to wonder about, is that what the president is? When she speaks for me, doesn't have to check with me, she knows what she's doing, and I hope we can move this along. So, Madam Vice President, thank you.
Thank you, yeah. Don't check with me, she's got the authority. You know, this, another mistake Biden made yesterday, this will be sixth on the list. Joe Biden lied and blamed Trump for the border crisis yesterday. Let me play this for you because this is an important point to make. Now, I'm making a list of very bad decisions made by Biden yesterday. We've got 6 on the list. He blamed Trump for what was going on down there at the southern border. Listen.
So this new surge we're dealing with now started with the last administration, but it's our responsibility to deal with it humanely.
Okay, this surge was started by the last administration. Lie. And in this 1 p.m. press conference today, I hope that it's addressed, this lie. You know, I talked to a caller about, if you're on hold, stand by. We'll go to the phones in a moment. I talked to a caller about this a little bit on the show yesterday. Trump cleaned up the southern border. They keep pointing to, there was a record number in 2018 or 2019, and Trump was president then. When Trump came into office, there was a crisis at the border, and there was a mad rush to the border during the end of the Obama presidency and the beginning of the Trump presidency because they knew it was going to get locked down. And it took, because we've got all these swamp creatures in Washington, it took President Trump a couple of years to get the wall going. Remember the fight over the wall construction money? Remember that? Oh my goodness. You know, and other things. Trump had a problem. He solved it. The detention centers were cleaned out and virtually empty. With Biden, they got to build new centers. So, you know, what's different, the border has been an issue for every president I can remember. Even back, was it Truman? Or no, was it Eisenhower that did the first kind of amnesty? Might have been Eisenhower. I can't remember. That was before I was around. But every president has had problems with the southern border in the modern times. But it's been something that's been an ongoing thing. What's worse with Biden, beyond any other of the presidents, is that Biden came into office with a solved issue with the border. The wall was being built, over 500 miles of it, just had to complete it. The detention facilities were emptied out on our side of the border because the Mexicans were holding them at their northern border on Mexican land, and eventually they stopped coming. So we had empty facilities, a completely solved situation, a nearly completed wall. And with Biden coming in, he told them to surge to the border. And now he stopped the wall construction, told them to surge to the border, and he's holding them in our country instead of in Mexico, where they get all these attorneys they were bragging about yesterday in that youth facility at the southern border. So Biden had he came into office with a problem solved. The border. No president has come into office in the modern era and had the entire southern border issue resolved. It was resolved. It was solved. Trump fixed the whole thing. The whole thing was fixed. And Biden came in and boom, it exploded with problems. That's what's different. So he lied. When he said that he inherited this from the previous administration, that's a lie. Now, if they tell you a surge began towards the end of the Trump presidency, that's because Biden told them to surge the border, but it had been cleaned up and totally repaired. And that's an important point for people to make and understand. You know, and these talking heads I hear on television, they don't get into that too much. A lot of them are swamp creatures, you know what I mean? They don't like Trump. A lot of never-Trumpers going around as Republicans on television. Yes. Now, you know, oh, by the way, one last voicemail call, then we'll break and get back to this stuff. We had a call the other day that made some reference that President Trump wears adult diapers, and I'd asked him to give me the source of that. And if he could give me the source, I would read the article that President Trump wears adult diapers on the radio, and of course, he didn't have a source, and no articles were sent. Well, one of our listeners left me a message about where that happened. Let me play it for you. Listen.
Yeah, this is about the kid who called and said about President Trump wearing Depends or whatever it was. That came from, of all places, the Stuttering John podcast.
From the Stern Show.
Kessler, wannabe comedian. He was the talent scout, whatever that means, on Celebrity Apprentice.
There you go. See, so someone who hated Trump.
So I'm guessing he got fired, and he made it. He said that he went on to say stuff like President Trump is, he snorts Adderall. What else is he saying on that thing?
And it goes on. Okay, so the adult diaper thing came from a disgruntled fired employee from The Apprentice on the Stuttering John from the Stern Show podcast. Oh, that's your source. Oh, now I know why you didn't share the source. All right, let's take our break for the bottom of the hour. It's 7:30 in the morning. My name is Brian Craig. You are listening to Florida's longest-running radio show, The Steve Kane Show, on the radio since 1977. Our number is toll-free, 1-888-GO-KANE 1, 888-465-2631, 888-465-2631. We'll be right back.
Stop paying an outrageous fortune for your tires. Go easy on your budget and buy your tires at Friendly Tire in Margate, where they have all the major brands like Goodyear and Firestone at discount prices that absolutely can't be beat. Steve Kane's tires for his Toyota van at the other shops, $175 a tire. At Friendly Tire, just $75 a tire. That's a
Steve Kane
$100
Show.
savings per tire. Tires for my daughter Emily's car, $135 at the shops
Hold on.
downtown. The price at Friendly Tire, only $65. That's a $70 savings per tire. These prices are out the door and on the road. Free mounting and balancing and no added charges. Friendly Tire have a great selection of good used tires too, starting at just $30 for most cars. Call my good buddy Friendly Mike at Friendly Tire. Tell him what you drive and he will give you a great low price right over the phone at 954-977-9445. 954-977-9445. Online, friendlytire.net.
Hi, my name is Tom Laporta, the owner of Laporta Contracting.
Well, thank you, Bass Anderson.
We have been in the roofing and construction industry since 1982. We are State of Florida certified roofing and general contractors, focusing on residential and commercial roofing, impact windows, and building restoration. If you have noticed any water stains on your ceiling, or if your roof is older than 15 years, you will want to call us to come out and evaluate your roof. Our services run from minor repairs to complete new roof systems. We install every kind of roof, from regular asphalt shingles, clay,
Steve Kane Show.
tiles, standing metal seam, wood shakes,
Hey, hold on.
slate tile systems. Hurricane season is right around the corner. This gives us only a short period of time to make sure your roof and home is ready for the 2021 hurricane season. So don't delay and call us at 954-604-4602 for a free home inspection and estimate. Our website is www.laportacontracting.com,
Steve Kane Show.
where you will find our latest video
Hold on.
and live testimonials from a few of our past clients. Our number again is 954-604-4602.
The Steve Kane Show is brought to you by Attorney Barry Siegel at the Siegel Law Group. Are you concerned with the distribution of your assets at the time of your passing? Avoid probate. Call the Siegel Law Group with 9 offices throughout South Florida, from Palm Beach Gardens to Coral Gables. Call toll-free 1-855-FLA-3782.
Listen to the Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio.
Yes, we are. Yep, we're back. 33 minutes after the hour. I'm Brian Craig. This is the Steve Kane Radio Show, Florida's longest-running radio show on the radio since 1977. Oh, man, let me take a quick call here. We're talking about this disaster that we're having going on at the southern border. Biden's press conference is at 1 p.m. today, which is expected to be, a scripted play, because I understand the questions are being given in advance to Biden, or maybe the White House is giving the questions to the press. Good morning, you're on the radio.
Hi, I'm calling from Albany, New York. Just like to say, the most pathetic thing anybody could do is blame somebody else for the problems that they start to create.
Oh, yeah.
Or this border situation. Obviously, it's all on Biden. He's a pathetic individual who will blame somebody else for problems that he'll create.
Yeah, and you know, the problem is he made a big mistake. He blamed the border crisis on Trump, who everyone knows cleaned up the whole thing, built the wall and did all that stuff. So I mean, he picked a bad villain in that one, because it's not even believable.
Now, your caller should break this down to an individual situation. If they're doing a job, they're doing a good job, and they either leave that job or get moved over to another position, and then somebody else comes in and totally screws up that, and then blames you. Yeah. If they make it an individual thing and realize how pathetic that is, they'll look at this guy, and they'll say, what a pathetic individual he is. First of all, he's not cognitive. You know his cognitive ability is shot. That's about the side. They keep wanting to build up this economy. I don't know how you feel about it. I have not been adversely affected by this COVID business. I know a lot of people have been, with layoffs and shutdowns. Restaurants up here.
Yeah.
Estimated.
Well, yeah, and I noticed today when I came in, gas was $2.80 a gallon, $2.83 a gallon. It was like $1.99 about 2 months ago.
Some of these retailers and these gas stations, and they know where the problem arises. I go in there specifically say, the gas prices are going up because of one individual, the guy in the White House now.
Yeah.
Nod their head.
Yeah. Well, listen, I appreciate the call. Thanks so much. Oh, it's time to check in with Attorney Barry Siegel, our estate planning attorney, elder law attorney, who also handles Medicaid planning. Attorney Barry Siegel, good morning.
Good morning, Brian. How are you?
I'm doing well. What do you have for us today?
Well, it's about our goals when we do our estate planning, and one of the most common goals that people have is avoiding probate. Now, that doesn't have to be your goal. People have different situations, but for those people who do want to avoid probate, then it's just important to understand what you need to do that. And of course, probate means when you pass away with assets in your name, they go into your estate, and then they go through the court process of probate. And of course, that could be very expensive because you're dealing not only with court costs, but also attorney's fees. You're dealing with the fact that it can take a significant amount of time, sometimes more than a year, sometimes even more than 2 years before the probate process finishes and the assets get to your beneficiaries. It's a public process. You have judges involved, not people you know making decisions. So certainly avoiding probate is a common estate planning goal. And I can't tell you, Brian, how often I hear people say that what they think is by doing a will that they would avoid probate, when it's completely the opposite. You've heard me say that a will is your ticket to the probate process.
Oh, yeah.
Give me like what's he talking about? To avoid probate, there are alternatives or shortcuts to avoiding probate, but to do it the right way and get all the benefits, the bloodline protection, and everything else, you want to set up a revocable living trust. And one of the great things about setting up a revocable living trust is that it's revocable, that you could change it at any time. It's not set in stone, and a lot of people have a very difficult time making. Understand that you can make changes as life goes on and things happen in your life. Then it makes it a lot easier to make these decisions and to do them.
Yeah.
You and your loved ones and get that peace of mind by it.
Yeah, and you know, when somebody goes through the probate process and a lawyer's involved and it's a long drawn out legal process, I mean, you got to. Does the family that's left behind with this probate, do they have to hire an attorney?
Yes, they do.
So what's the expense for that when you have to hire an attorney?
Depends on the estate, the value of the estate, the number of assets, and a lot of factors go into it. So sometimes there are statutory rules as to how the Florida legislature has it for legal fees. Sometimes it could be an hourly fee or a flat fee. It really depends.
Wow. Well, anyway it is, your family's got to come up with money, and you know, maybe they don't have the money to do it, but certainly even if they do, they shouldn't have to, because with a revocable living trust, you don't have those issues. You've handled everything for them, and it's taken care of. They don't only have to not worry about the long, drawn-out probate process. They don't have to worry about attorney fees after the estate passes to them. Listen, give attorney Barry Siegel a call. It's a completely free consultation. Mention you heard about him on the Steve Kane Show. His number, 1-855-FLA-3782. 855-FLA-3782. And online, SiegelLawGroup.com. All right, Barry, we will finish out the week tomorrow.
All right, I'll speak to you tomorrow.
All right, take care. All right, our number, 1-888-GO-KANE-1. You're on the radio. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, you're on the air.
Yes, good morning. John from Plantation.
Oh, hey, John.
Good morning. If Biden steps down, is there so many months that he has to be in office before the vice president takes over, or does it?
No, it could be 30 seconds. It could be 1 second. There's no time frame. No. There's no. It's not one of those things like those elections in some states. Someone leaves Congress and they got to have an election because of something. No, it's not like that. No, it's Kamala.
That's unfortunate.
Well, that's the process. We don't want to go around and change the Constitution when it's inconvenient, because that's what the liberals always want to do, right? But, you know, I'll tell you this, you know, caller. You know, when Biden said that Kamala has my full authority, she doesn't have to check with me. That is, you know, and she's been taking these calls from foreign heads of state. He's put her in charge of this major crisis at the border. You know, we have what it looks to be a transition right here, right now.
It looks like she's taken over the reins.
Yeah. No, it does. Indeed, it does. It looks like he's. It to me, honestly, it looks so in so many ways like he has made a deal. Right? Don't use the 25th Amendment. Don't make me resign. Let's do this instead.
Could very well be.
You know, that's kind of how I took it.
That's the way I'm seeing it also, and it scares me.
Yeah. And, you know, it'd be one thing if she were competent. It's not just that she's an extreme liberal in all this and thinks that people that come here illegally shouldn't be prosecuted and all of that. She doesn't recognize the southern border. That's racist. I mean, it's not that I disagree with her politically, but we're in a dangerous situation now where she can do whatever she wants and she has his full authority to do it, and she's not competent.
We have an unfortunate situation right now.
Indeed.
I don't know how to fix it. That's the biggest problem.
Yeah. And, you know, this press conference of Biden is at 1 o'clock today. That is a strange time for a presidential press conference, that is especially the first one, because it's in the middle of the day, and they're doing this for a couple of reasons. Okay, I think because it's I don't know if it's before or after nap time, but no. It's at 1 p.m. Eastern time. Most people in America are at work, so most people will not see it live. Most people will see the press conference later in the day, in the evening, in edited clips. So this, and if he did it in the afternoon at 6 or 5 or prime time or even 4 in the afternoon, millions more would see it live. When it's seen in edited clips, if he's slow, if he has failings, most people won't see that. You understand?
Then we don't exactly see what's going on.
Correct.
They're hoping we don't.
They picked this time for a reason, and the reason is because they don't want people to see it live. They were embarrassed into doing it. They had to do it, but they're doing it at a time when very few, so far as the general audience who normally will see it live, they'll only see it in edited clips. And CNN, they're not, and MSNBC, they're not going to, if he has failings, they're not going to highlight those in their edited clips. Fox News, Newsmax, One American News may, but the CNN viewers, most of them are not going to see mental sluggishness if it occurs.
Like I said, we have a major problem.
That's right. Houston, we got a problem, indeed. All right, take care. Thanks for the call. Good morning. You're on the radio.
Hey, Brian. Good morning.
Yeah, what's your name?
Hey, it's Dave from Indiana.
All right. Yeah, what's up, Indiana?
Won't that void all the executive orders?
No. All executive orders are in place until the next president rescinds them. That's why, Biden spent his first couple weeks in office rescinding orders, remember?
Okay. Well, I think this is all planned, like you said. We will come back, and we'll come back even stronger.
Yeah.
This is woke the American people up.
Yeah. Yeah. Does it seem to you that him putting Kamala in charge and saying she has his full authority, she doesn't have to check with me, don't check with me either, just assume she has my authority and she knows what she's doing. Does that sound like a transition?
Oh, it's a done deal.
Yeah.
This was all in the playbook.
Yeah. So it's not just me out there out of my mind on it.
No, they know he was psychologically stiff before he took off.
Yeah. All right, hey, listen, I appreciate the call, man. All right, thanks so much. Listen, we're going to take our last break of the first hour, or the second hour. I'm getting like Biden. What hour is it? What hour is it? The first or the second? No, this is the last break in the second hour. It's 7:45 in the morning. My name is Brian Craig. This is the Steve Kane Radio Show. We'll be right back.
In West Delray. I'm so happy to be able to now offer the latest and most comprehensive approach to health, wellness, and anti-aging at my new West Delray location. In addition to the hormone therapies you are accustomed to, we can now offer testing for all of your health concerns, including vitamin and nutrient levels, cardiac risk panels, immune system markers, and much, much more. We also offer the full array of aesthetic modalities, including Botox, fillers, lasers, etc., as well as the latest state-of-the-art non-invasive treatments for erectile dysfunction, private IV suites, personal patient advocates, and comprehensive wellness, all in a spectacular new setting. Call me at my new office number, 561-320-8893. That's 561-320-8893 to schedule your appointment today.
This is Lori Kane, and I want to tell you about Brighton Dental Care. I just had a lot of work done, and I avoided going to the dentist for a lot of years because I was afraid of the cost. But I went to Brighton Dental for my free consultation, which, by the way, he offers to all Steve Kane listeners. I had 2 cavities, I needed a crown on top and a crown on the bottom. If I were a horse, they would have put me down. So I scheduled my appointment for the next Saturday because Brighton Dental has Saturday appointments available, and they saved me a ton of money. And I will be a patient for life. Don't let cost stop you from taking care of your teeth. Brighton Dental gives Steve Kane listeners incredible discounts on all dental procedures, just like they gave me. Prices are so reasonable, you don't have to worry about the cost. So call Brighton Dental today at 954-922-4633. That's 954-922-4633. You can visit them at brightondental.com and tell them Lori Kane sent you.
Hi, Brian Craig here. You've heard Dr. Mitch Matez and Steve Kane's wife Lori talk about their COVID testing at Any Lab Test Now of Boca and Any Lab Test Now of Coral Springs. I've been tested too. So is Steve Kane and his son Tyler. Today on the radio, Rabbi David called in. He felt that he was getting sick and wanted to get tested for coronavirus. So he went to Any Lab Test Now of Boca. Go to Rabbi David. Hey, Rabbi.
By the way, you might hear congestion in my voice. I actually had a lot of congestion. I felt a little sick, and of course, I get nervous that, is it COVID or not? My wife also. So guess what we did? I listened to you. I went down to Any Lab Test Now yesterday, and I couldn't believe it. Went right in there. They put a little tiny thing, you didn't feel it in my finger. Literally 10 minutes later, not a second more, they came back and said, you're fine, negative, great. We went on our way, and we just, not even worried. So
that $69 price is just for Steve Kane Show listeners. You got to mention that, and it's that little finger test. You get it real quick. I'll tell you, anytime somebody has any type of congestion, all of a sudden there's anxiety sets in, not just for them, but everybody around them. It's best just to go in and get the test. Say, I don't have the COVID. You know what I mean? Instead of dealing with all the wonder.
And they give you a piece of paper. So yesterday, I actually walked around with it. When people heard, oh, you don't sound so good, I take out that piece of paper and I said, I was tested right here, and I pick up the piece of paper and showed it to them that says negative. And so
Any Lab Test Now of Boca and Coral Springs, they're good people, and we're very lucky to have them.
They're very caring and full of information.
First, we had a doctor recommendation from Dr. Mitch Matez. Now we have a rabbi. Rabbi recommended Any Lab Test Now.
I just got some bad news about something
for your COVID testing.
in my personal life that was not good.
Any Lab Test Now of Boca and Any Lab Test Now of Coral Springs. Rabbi recommended.
So I shouldn't check my messages when I'm on the air, but I can't help myself.
Just $69, but you have to mention you heard them on the radio. Any Lab Test Now of Coral Springs is located on the southeast corner of University and Ramblewood near the Coral Square Mall. Their number, 954-906-5983. Any Lab Test Now of Boca is in the Sandalfoot Plaza where the Western Beef is. Their number, 561-237-5009. Make sure you mention you heard them on the radio.
Listen to the Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search.
All right, guys, welcome back. It is 10 before 8. I'm Brian. This is the Steve Kane Radio Show, Florida's longest-running radio show on the radio since 1977. Welcome back, one and all. Listen to this story. This is something else. I mean, my goodness. California foster parents. Oh, my goodness. This is, do you think this will be asked in the press conference? California foster parents are being asked to care for a staggering 26 or more unaccompanied migrant children per household. 20 per household? How many people are allowed in a house? And in California with the social distancing guidelines? But even before that, how many? California foster parents are being asked to care for a staggering 26 or more unaccompanied migrant children per household. On March 12th, foster parents Travis and Charla Cal received a voicemail amid the crisis at the Mexican border. This is the message. This is an emergency message. The message left said, please respond to this urgent message from the Community Care Licensing Division. The voicemail obtained by the Daily Mail said, the CCLD would like to know how many available beds you have to serve additional youth. CCLD is a division of California's Department of Social Services that oversees foster home and care licensing. The couple received an email with the same urgent message containing links for them to communicate how many available beds they have, ranging from 0 to 26. Usually, the maximum amount of children you are allowed to foster at any one time is 6, said Travis. 6 is the max. He currently fosters 2 4-month-old twins with his wife, while also caring for their biological twins, age 6. We called our caseworker. She told us everyone was calling her because they'd gotten the same call. Wow. She said there was a big influx of children coming into California, but didn't know where from. Well, I wonder why. Turn on the TV, right? The couple reached out to a friend who was fostering through a different agency and were told that she had received the same call. The friend also told them her agency confirmed via email that the children were coming from the border. As many of you are aware, CCLD has been sending automated emails and phone calls asking you about available beds to serve additional youth, the email read. They're trying to address the needs of a record number of unaccompanied children. And they're actually saying that they consider this to be human trafficking. Oh my goodness, 26? They're only allowed to have 6. And see, what I was telling you is that this issue at the border could cause California to not reopen next month. I hope this comes up at that press conference. You're on the radio. Good morning.
Hey, Brian, Al, South Florida.
Hey, Al.
I don't know if you talked about. I think I didn't listening late. Did you? I saw something last night. I was just on Twitter. Something with Candace Owens. Did you see that? Like I guess somebody running for something in a Democrat. I guess running for something in California sent her like a crazy tweet. Something a Klansman picture or something.
Yeah, that was a few days ago. Yeah.
These people are stupid with that stuff. I mean, what do they think? People that are African American or people that are Jewish or white supremacists or members? I mean, these people don't even have common sense.
Well, let me ask you a question though. Okay, this Candace Owens KKK thing, that was a couple days back. I don't remember the exact wording or anything, but last week, tomorrow will be a week. So last Friday, her new show debuted on Ben Shapiro's Daily Wire. Candace, okay. And have you not noticed in the last 2 weeks we've been hearing more about Candace Owens than we've heard in like a year?
Yeah, probably because of the show.
Well, the show, a big PR. So let me ask you, this message on Twitter with Candace Owens with the Klan comparison from this Democrat, do you think Candace Owens was worried and upset about that, or do you think in her mind it was a good thing that this happened?
Probably, I mean, it could be both. Maybe she doesn't like it, but at the same time thinks it's good to get publicity.
It's good publicity. Yeah, yes, it's good publicity. And, you know, she has, I like Candace Owens. Please, I wasn't even going to bring this up because I know people get upset. I don't want this to be misunderstood. But I believe that Ben Shapiro is taking Candace Owens out of circulation as a great conservative advocate and has brought her over there with this new show. As Ben Shapiro's a never-Trumper, to make her a less effective voice in the MAGA movement. I think it's bad news.
The way he is, kind of like he's like a, I don't want to say the word phony, but will be more like the way he acts.
Well, I don't know if Ben Shapiro's phony or not, but in the 2016 campaign, he wrote an article titled "Why I Will Never Vote for Donald Trump." Now, he has since come out and said that he takes that back and he voted for Trump. But I don't know if I believe that he's a Trump guy. Okay, because he was such a never-Trumper, and I think he woke up and realized what happened with Glenn Beck, right? Glenn Beck did damage that he's not recovered from being anti-Trump during the campaign. I mean, he's not even a player.
Trump.
Yeah, he's not even a player anymore, and he tried to come back, and he's never come back. He's not part of the dialogue anymore. No one references him. In fact, with Rush, everybody talks about who should be plugged in. I haven't heard anybody say Beck. So I think that Ben Shapiro is still a never-Trumper. He's with the bow tie wearing Weekly Standard crowd of Republican establishment people. And I am of the opinion that Candace Owens is one of the 3 to 5 most important conservative voices in America outside of the Trump family. Okay? And as far as her activism and her reach to not just young college students, but to the black community of this country as well. And now that she's working over there for Ben Shapiro, it's a subscription service. The show's not available to everyone. And it limits her exposure and reach. And let me play this clip. You can find the whole thing on YouTube. It's a couple minutes long. She did a promo for her new show on the Daily Wire. I was going to play this yesterday, but I didn't. Let me play it for you now. This is Candace Owens. This is just a part of a promo for her new show with Ben Shapiro. Oh no, that's the wrong. That's one of our calls. Oh wait, here it is. Good intro, but wrong clip. Here's the Candace Owens promo. Yes. Yes. Fancy intro.
Age of propaganda, and the media has done a really good job of creating a caricature of Candace Owens.
Okay, that's the part I wanted to play. Did you hear? She said the media has done a very good job of creating a caricature of Candace Owens. Candace Owens is now referring to herself as Candace Owens. That's when egos go crazy. You know, are out of control. When someone starts referring, like if I started referring to myself as Brian Craig in a conversation, I might say, I'm Brian Craig, we'll be right back after this. But if I get a hate call, like if somebody hates me and I said, your idea of Brian Craig is not true. Brian Craig is, if I started talking that way, you would think I was full of myself and I was crazed and I was in love with myself, and you would be right. When Candace Owens is referring to herself as Candace Owens, oh my goodness. You know, I mean, that's her ego's out of control. And Ben Shapiro has put her on this little tiny subscription service and reduced her reach.
Yeah, you don't subscribe to any of these services.
I don't subscribe to any paid news services. I subscribe to, like, you know, Amazon Prime because you get free shipping. I subscribe to Disney Plus and Paramount Plus because I want to get all these new Star Trek shows that are on. But I don't subscribe to any news services.
Do you have Comcast, like the cable company?
I have Xfinity.
I don't know if you know this. You get for free.
Brian Craig has Xfinity.
I don't know if you know this. Peacock. Did you know you get Peacock, the Peacock streaming service?
I know. I was already subscribed when it was the CBS All Access app, so I didn't resubscribe. I kind of got grandfathered in. So I got to figure out how to make the transition. I've had the same problem with Disney Plus. I subscribed and found out I got like a year free. You know.
One more quick thing. I saw yesterday too. I happened to watch something with like Tucker. I guess now part of that. I don't have that service either, but the other one, the Fox Nation. I guess he has a new show on there, but it's like not every day, every other day. Like it's Monday.
Well, Tucker Carlson has the highest rated show in the history of cable news. And that, again, that's great. That's a greater number of viewers than even Larry King had, and Larry King had no competition, so it's huge. So they're putting him on Fox Nation because he's a big ratings draw. Fox Nation, my experience with Fox Nation is, it's a subscription service, and I subscribed briefly. They a year or so ago, they had a free trial, and it wasn't that good, in my opinion. And they really, I was talking about Fox Nation a week or so ago. They have that Rush documentary they put up there, and they had Mike Pence narrate it. I'm thinking, golly, are you kidding? And now they're putting Tucker over there. I imagine a lot of people want to go hear Tucker. Tucker's all right. I like Tucker, and it's
called Tucker instead of Tucker Tonight. Tucker Carlson Today, and it's
whatever. It's Tucker Carlson, no matter what it is. But no, that's a good move. That's that's to try to get subscriptions over there. They like that. And Fox Nation fired Diamond and Silk, and Diamond and Silk are on Newsmax, and their show is on Saturday evenings, and it's really good. It's not what I expected. Well, they still do the show from their same spot in the house, right? But they go through news stories and talk about them. It's not just Diamond and Silk doing a Diamond and Silk routine. Like, you know what I'm talking about? That's right, and she'll say something and that's right, They actually bring up news stories that are new for the week and actually discuss them and analyze them. I was pretty impressed with it, the Diamond and Silk on Newsmax. It's pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah. All right, appreciate the call. Now listen, we're going to take our break for the top of the hour. Steve will be joining us. Yesterday, just disaster after disaster with Joe Biden and the southern border. It appears that quite possibly a deal has been struck between the Kamala camp and the Biden camp, where some type of transition of power has unofficially taken place. We'll recap some of that after the top of the hour, and Steve Kane will be joining us. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back right after this.
Got you covered. AM 1470, FM 95.3, 96.9. South Florida's FM Money Talk Radio Network. WWNN, Pompano Beach.
Brian Craig here. I've been telling you for years how great MyPillow products are, but don't just take my word for it. This is one of our listeners, Todd. He bought the MyPillow mattress topper, and he called us live on the radio to tell us about his experience with the MyPillow mattress topper.
Yeah, I'm calling to get testimonials about my pillow topper.
You ordered the MyPillow, the mattress topper?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Well, I was thinking about buying a new mattress because my old mattress was getting old. So my wife's like, why don't you try that pillow, that mattress top? I went on, I used your promo code Kane. I got a great price. Got it home, and I've been using it for the last 3 nights. It's fantastic.
Oh, that's awesome.
It feels like a whole new mattress.
I talked to other listeners with the MyPillow mattress topper, and they come in all sizes. The mattress companies have turned into con artists. When I was a kid, mattresses were two-sided. You'd have the mattress, then after a while you'd flip it over. Now you can't flip mattresses anymore. They don't make them that way anymore because people weren't buying mattresses enough. So the mattress companies stopped making two-sided mattresses, and mattresses are expensive. I've had to buy a new mattress, and mattresses can cost well over, just for a regular normal mattress, over $1,000. So that MyPillow mattress topper is a big savings. It saved you from buying a new mattress and turn your whole bed into a MyPillow.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I really love it. I sleep really good.
Well, that's great. Well, I appreciate that. You guys out there, remember, promo code Kane, K-A-N-E. Now, when you use the promo code Kane, K-A-N-E, at MyPillow.com, save 30% off your MyPillow mattress topper and receive 2 free MyPillows. But you got to use the promo code Kane, K-A-N-E. 30% off the MyPillow mattress topper. Turn your old mattress into a big MyPillow mattress. Promo code Kane, K-A-N-E, at MyPillow.com.
If you suffer with diabetes, there's a 25% chance that you'll develop a foot ulcer that can lead to severe health consequences, including amputation. At the Sole Authority, at little or no cost, you can receive your very own therapeutic shoes and custom inserts. Medicare recipients are entitled to 1 pair of quality diabetic shoes and 3 custom inserts. Call the Sole Authority today, 954-597-7060.
This is Dr. Mitchell Matez of the BioStation West Delray. I'm so happy to be able to now offer the latest and most comprehensive approach to health, wellness, and anti-aging at my new West Delray location. In addition to the hormone therapies you are accustomed to, we can now offer testing for all of your health concerns, including vitamin and nutrient levels, cardiac risk panels, immune system markers, and much, much more. We also offer the full array of aesthetic modalities, including Botox, fillers, lasers, etc., as well as the latest state-of-the-art non-invasive treatments for erectile dysfunction, private IV suites, personal patient advocates, and comprehensive wellness, all in a spectacular new setting. Call me at my new office number, 561-320-8893. That's 561-320-8893 to schedule your appointment today.
The Steve Kane Show is brought to you by attorney Barry Siegel at the Siegel Law Group. Veterans and spouses of veterans, you may be entitled to benefits that you are not aware of, including long-term care benefits. Call attorney Barry Siegel at the Siegel Law Group and find out what benefits are available to you. With offices in Boca Raton and Fort Lauderdale, call toll-free 1-855-FLA-3782. 1-855-FLA-3782.
You are listening to South Florida's longest-running radio show, The Steve Kane Show. To call the show toll-free, dial 1-888-GO-KANE 1. That's 1-888-GO-KANE 1.
All right, third and final hour has begun. I'm Brian Craig. This is the Steve Kane Radio Show, Florida's longest-running radio show. Steve, you with us? Oh, man. Well, if your dream was that Kamala Harris was running the country, that was not a dream. Well, that happened. That really, you must have had the news on. You must have been sleeping to the news.
So it's real.
No, it didn't. Well, you know what? Let me play this clip because this is Biden. Everybody knows he put her in charge of the border, but he went a little further. Let me play. It's hard to understand Biden through the mask. I understand, but I'm potted it up as loud as I can. This is important. Listen, this is Biden.
It's not her full responsibility and job, but she's leading the effort, because I think the best thing to do is to put someone who, when he or she speaks, they don't have to wonder about, is that where the president is? When she speaks for me, doesn't have to check with me.
Okay, she has full authority. She doesn't have to check with him. And by the way, she knows what she's doing. Don't you check with me either. She's in charge. And I was talking, Steve, earlier. It's almost as if they've made a deal with Biden. No 25th Amendment, no resignation. Just put Kamala in charge of everything.
Yeah, it's like General MacArthur, old soldiers.
Yeah.
And that's what I guess Biden is going to be doing.
Yeah, and I was yeah.
Do you feel better about it or worse?
No, I'm just wondering if you agree with me or not. I don't know. I don't know. Does it seem that's what's happened?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It seems to me nothing's going to change. It's just that they're.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'll say this. You know, she's been put in charge of something that she doesn't believe should exist, and that's the U.S. southern border. She said, when she was in the Senate not that long ago, Kamala said that the illegals should not be prosecuted. Oh, they made a huge mistake yesterday on this tour of this facility. I was talking about this in the first hour. Well, they did what we suspected. They went on a propaganda tour and went into a fake setup. They went into a facility where there were only 4 kids to a room. They're playing soccer. They got the games. And they even showed them meeting. Yeah, they even showed them meeting with attorneys, which is not legal because they're minors, and minors cannot meet with legal representation without a parent or legal guardian present. And Ted Cruz immediately came out and said, well, that was a setup. They didn't go to the other facility I was at the other day that is 1,500% over capacity, where they don't have enough food, and they're sleeping on the cold floors. And they, by the way, they've been locked up and haven't seen sunlight, and we don't know how long, and they haven't bathed in 7 days. They didn't go to that facility. They went to this Lenny Riefenstahl production somewhere else. I mean, that was a big mistake. That big mistake. Because that's, everybody knows, I mean, they can't, it's leaked out. We saw the pictures the other day.
Well, what's going to happen? Let's be forward thinking. What happens today? What do you...
Well, no, this has all happened. Well, the press conference is at 1, and they screwed up. I think it's 1 to 1:12. It's very that's about all he's got. Yeah, 1 to 1:12. That's all he's got, and then it's nappy time.
That's about how long.
Yeah. You know, the thing though is they made a big mistake with this yesterday, because he named her put her in charge of all the border. He did all these things yesterday. He had the press conference they're terrified of, and they had this free ride with the gun story with the boulder they could have run, and he made all these changes yesterday on the border that are disasters, and they let in this lying propaganda team into this fake facility that now it's like could turn into a real press conference, because they had a free ride press conference, and now they created like 4 or 5 controversies just yesterday on the eve of the press conference.
Agreed on that yesterday. I don't want to say I told you.
Yeah.
I told you there was no need to be concerned about whether the press go after Biden during the press.
Well, I don't know. Steve Ducey from Fox has been going after Psaki every day. If he gets in, if they don't take real questions, if they do the scripted thing, it'll fit in. It'll be a bookend to the propaganda tour of the facility with 4 kids in a room. Give me a break. Not the one we saw the pictures of a couple days ago. This is a disaster. Everything yesterday, Biden.
You notice Biden is extremely consistent. Every decision he makes is a catastrophe. He just...
Yeah. Let me ask you. Well, all we can do is talk and laugh. But just yesterday, I made a list in the first hour with the help of our callers. Biden made 6 decisions yesterday that were very bad decisions on the eve of the press conference. 1, he put Kamala in charge of the border, which everyone's criticizing, right? 2, he said Kamala speaks for him, has his authority. She doesn't have to check in with him, and don't you check in with me. She's got my... So he's handed over the presidency. 3, the fake propaganda tour of the fake facility with the kids, right? He's got the presser today. Oh, they also announced that Bill Clinton is working with Kamala Harris in a new roundtable on how to empower women. And then finally, he blamed Trump for the surge at the border that he had cleaned. So Biden did 6 things yesterday, all of them disasters on the eve of the press conference. It was a disaster.
He's actually making the decisions?
Yeah, he made a deal yesterday. This thing about handing things over to her, yeah. Well, I saw him speak. I saw him speak about it. So he's in on it.
All right.
I mean, you know.
Phones today, how this press conference is going to go.
Yeah.
The way out of this, where is this going to end? Probably going to end up with all the refugees in Miami.
Yeah, who knows?
Cocaine.
1. Yes. Yeah.
Cocaine 1.
Yeah, and New
Democrats out there. There must be hopeful Democrats.
Oh, I would think Democrat. I haven't heard. We had lots of calls today. Not one Democrat. I don't think they're very.
They're too depressed to call.
I think they're. I don't know about. I think they're concerned. I mean, Kamala is now. He's handed the presidency over to her. She can do. Steve, she could go down there and send ICE home. She could send the Border Patrol home, and she's got his authority to do it. You know.
The first thing is they've got a plague of the COVID running around down there. I mean.
Yeah.
That was his worst nightmare.
Yeah.
It's out of control.
Yeah.
There ain't no press conference in which she can hide.
Well, listen, our number is 1-888-465-2631, 888-465-2631. That's 888-GO-CANE1, K-A-N-E, and the number 1. You're on the radio. Good morning.
Good morning.
Oh, so perky.
Always.
Are you always this perky when you get up?
Yes, I am.
Oh.
I'm an early bird, not a night owl.
Very neat.
Yes.
What you got for us?
So, I think Brian hit the nail on the head the other day when he said Biden has never had to feel the pressure before. And now he's had to such a large way. I think he's like hot potato, throw it to her. Although I don't think I would trust Kamala Harris to handle my dryer lint. Like, that's how much I don't like this woman. Like, I don't trust her, but I don't trust her.
Yeah, but he did. Okay, now listen. This thing with he put her in charge of the border. When she talks, it's as if I'm speaking, and she doesn't have to check in with me. And the media are trying to spin this. They say, well, Trump put Pence in charge of the COVID task force. President Trump didn't come out and say, Vice President Pence is in charge of the COVID task force. When he speaks, it's as if I'm speaking. He does not have to check with me, and don't you check with me. He has my full authority. Trump did not do that, and in fact, every day, Pence had to report everything he was doing before it happened to Trump. This is not the same thing like the media are trying to spin.
This had the feel yesterday for Kamala and for Biden. It had the feel of a resignation about it.
Well, that's what I thought too. But when I saw it, I was like, "Yes, Brian hit the nail right on the head."
Yes.
Can't take the pressure.
Yes. Yeah.
I said it yesterday. He's a coward, and he's doing. Well, I think what's going to happen is you're going to see the most horrible child abuse offenses.
Well, they gave a number, out of this fake facility tour. Okay, and by the way, somebody had messaged me this Leni thing. What are you talking? Leni Riefenstahl was Hitler's filmmaker, and she's the one that made all the propaganda films for the Germans to make everything look happy, while everything was going on over there. So this Leni Riefenstahl production of the facility, they released COVID numbers out of there, which were like pretty high, And that's the other facility, the Ted Cruz that they didn't go to, the one we saw where they were in those silver blankets, that look like burrito wrappers from Chipotle. They didn't give us the COVID numbers out of there. Ted Cruz said that facility is 1,500% of its capacity. They don't have enough food. The kids haven't showered in a week. They haven't seen sunlight in days. That's a concentration camp over there at that other facility. And they say, the media are saying that they took an independent journalist, an independent film crew over there. They were from MSNBC. MSNBC.
Did you see that one of the Border Patrol agents released a statement to Fox that it's not only COVID. There's an outbreak of lice. There's an outbreak of scabies. There's everything going on down there. Things that
is scabies is really a thing anymore? I thought scabies went out with gnarly and neat and swell. Scabies are back?
You can get scabies easily.
What? Really? I've never heard of anybody getting scabies anymore. I guess that's...
What else is going to happen? All those people are going to get vitamin C deficiencies, which makes your teeth fall out.
Yeah, well, it's not good. Now, one last... Well, Lyme's disease. Oh my God, what is this? The British Navy? Let me ask you, Carl, before we go. If you're on hold, don't go anywhere. We're about to take our first break of the last hour. We'll go back to our phones after the break. But does it seem to you that there's been some deal struck where Kamala is now in charge?
I do think that, but I also think it's what you said. The pressure is now making him crack.
Yeah.
Going to go over well? You think I'm speaking? You think she pulls out on China? They're not going to bomb us to high heaven?
Yeah. Listen, thanks for the call. We got to take our break. This is the first break of the final hour of today's show. Not of the week. It's Thursday. We'll be back tomorrow. But don't go anywhere. Those of you on hold, we will be back. I'm Brian Craig. Steve Kane is here. This is the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest running radio show on the radio since 1977. Our number toll-free 1-888-GO-KANE-1.
Brian Craig here. I've been telling you for years how great MyPillow products are. But don't just take my word for it. This is one of our listeners, Todd. He bought the MyPillow mattress topper, and he called us live on the radio to tell us about his experience with the MyPillow mattress topper.
Yeah, I'm calling you testimonial about my MyPillow topper.
You ordered the MyPillow, the mattress topper?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Well, I was thinking about buying a new mattress because my old mattress was getting old. So my wife's like, why don't you try that pillow, that mattress top? I went on, I used your promo code Kane. I got a great price. Got it home, and I've been using it for the last 3 nights. It's fantastic.
Oh, that's awesome.
It feels like a whole new mattress.
I talked to other listeners with the MyPillow mattress topper, and they come in all sizes. The mattress companies have turned into con artists. When I was a kid, mattresses were two-sided. You'd have the mattress, then after a while you'd flip it over. Now you can't flip mattresses anymore. They don't make them that way anymore because people weren't buying mattresses enough. So the mattress company stopped making two-sided mattresses, and mattresses are expensive. I've had to buy a new mattress, and mattresses can cost well over, just for a regular normal mattress, over $1,000. So that MyPillow mattress topper is a big savings. It saved you from buying a new mattress and turned your whole bed into a MyPillow.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I really love it. I sleep really good.
Well, that's great. Well, I appreciate that. And you guys out there, remember, promo code Kane, K-A-N-E.
Now, when you use the promo code Kane, K-A-N-E, at MyPillow.com, save 30% off your MyPillow mattress topper. And receive 2 free MyPillows. But you've got to use the promo code Kane, K-A-N-E. 30% off the MyPillow mattress topper. Turn your old mattress into a big MyPillow mattress. Promo code Kane, K-A-N-E, at MyPillow.com.
Hi, this is George Corey of the Soul Authority. In this time of social distancing and sheltering in place, many people have been forced to neglect their feet. We at the Soul Authority are making it possible for you to still take care of your feet while remaining in your home, as we will send a doctor to your house for all of your podiatric needs. The best part of all is that Medicare pays for this visit. So, if you're a Medicare recipient, give the Soul Authority a call today at 954-597-7060. That's 954-597-7060. Don't let social distancing stop you from taking care of your feet. Call the Soul Authority today.
Listen to the Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search for WW.
All right, welcome back. Welcome back. 22 minutes after the hour. I'm Brian Steve Kane here. You're on the radio. What's your name?
This is George, Fort Lauderdale.
Hey, George.
Hey, George.
Hi. I have a small point with regard to the border, though. I think that there will be no significant outbreak of COVID, and it will be the first time real herd immunity will be tested, and it, you know, that's, you can, want to bet money, we can do it.
Well, they already have an outbreak of the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Last night, or to sleep last night, there was like 300 cases.
And Steve, they've only tested a small percentage of them, and they have that many. They haven't tested very many.
300 out of how many?
They didn't test that many. So the rate of positive result is pretty high, actually.
Going to be a lot of people with symptoms. How did you put that together?
Well, first, the demographics, they are mostly younger people, and younger people's symptoms are either mild or non-existent.
Yeah.
You know, as far as the news media are concerned, they'll get away with the fact that, it's a COVID.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Hey, listen, appreciate the call. Good morning. You're on the radio. What's your name?
Hi, Brian. This is Rolanda.
Hey, Rolanda.
Am I on now?
Yes.
Sure.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. I just wanted to say that, yes, this is a transition. They still think they can pull the wool over the Americans' eyes because of the media. They have the media lock, stock, and barrel. And they know full well that what Pence did with Trump is not the same as what's happening here. When you have a president that says, she speaks for me, that's a different story, because as Brian said, it is illegal. He is still the president of the United States. You don't just abdicate.
Well, that's a good question. I hope when Dershowitz is on Newsmax today, he gets into this, because he is the vice president has zero constitutional authority, and the president cannot just say you have all authority over anything. There's a process. You brought up something I haven't considered or heard anybody else say. What Rolanda is, I'm just going to repeat what you said. This is her thoughts completely. That what Biden did yesterday is not legal. It's unconstitutional. That he cannot just hand over authority to anything, just to anyone like this. She doesn't even have to check in with him.
Yeah, of how desperate they are. I mean, they're all become incoherent.
And Steve, since when has the Democrats been concerned about what's legal? Okay? But they do know, they're smart enough to realize that the American people need to be placated. Okay? If for example, we have a whole 25th Amendment thing take place and Biden resigns, you may have chaos. We already have people shooting other people and, in mass and whatnot. They are concerned, they're kind of concerned about that, but they're more interested in, how things look. And we know when we have a president that is actually collapsing on tarmac, and he's actually collapsing in, mentally, in conversations and in things, they needed to figure out what they're going to do.
Well, yeah. Well, Rolanda, I was talking earlier before you joined. You may have heard, Steve, me say this when you were sitting down in the Steve Kane Cooper City studio. But I I was talking about the time of this press conference. I was surprised when I saw today the press conference is going to be at 1 p.m. Eastern time. And the reason they're doing that, I was talking to a caller about this in the last hour before he joined us, is most people are at work at 1 in the afternoon. So by that press conference will be on in the evening news in sound bites. And they expect him not to have much energy and maybe to have a flub or two. They want most of the American people to see it, and because if he's slow and slurring, CNN's not going to use that clip. But if it's live at 7 at night or 6 at night or 5 in the afternoon when millions more are watching, they'll see it. So the timing is to be able to cover for his mental lapses. And I'll tell you what, this is not going to be one of those marathon press conferences that President Trump used to have. What do you, if you were gambling, Steve, seriously speaking, how long?
Over and under.
The length of time of the press conference. The length of time.
I would say the over-under number on this. I love how we reduce everything to a gambling analogy.
Well, that's what gets you excited. Now you're interested.
It did. It perked me up. Well, I got to think though.
You get into Steve's vices. Yeah.
Hey, I would. Okay, let's make the over-under number 30 minutes.
30 minutes. 30 minutes.
If it goes 31, if you have the over, you win.
Wow. 30 minutes?
30 minutes.
That's what's going to happen. That's what
you say. Rolanda, appreciate the call. Rolanda says 30 minutes. You say 30 minutes. That's really. Wow. That's, you know what? His speech at the White House a couple weeks ago was in 20-something minutes.
This would be a quickie.
30 minutes. All right, hey, listen, now let's take our break for the bottom of the hour, just a minute early. So, and if you're on hold, don't go anywhere. I'd like to hear some. Steve says, and Rolanda, that Biden's press conference will be 30 minutes. What is your true? Well, I don't understand all your degenerate gambling lingo.
The number is 30 minutes.
Yeah.
That means if it goes 30 minutes and 10 seconds and you have the over, you win. If you have the under, he has to do it in under 30 minutes. He has to complete it.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Here. Okay. But I don't like numbers. Oh my gosh, Steve. I mentioned, I had to mention odds. I bring up one of your vices, and that's it. No, but gambling is a vice, yes.
What life is all about.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But when we get back, we'll go back to your calls. But I'd like to hear, without all this complicated Jimmy the Greek stuff going on here, how long do you guys think the press conference will last? 30 minutes, 23 minutes, 27 minutes, 18 minutes? Does that mean no longer than 30 minutes? Oh, okay. Steve's trying to introduce more of you into the vice of degenerate gambling. But anyway, let's take our break. 1-888-COCAINE 1-888-465-2631. We'll be back right after this. Do not go anywhere.
Stop paying an outrageous fortune for your tires. Go easy on your budget and buy your tires
Steve Kane Show.
Friendly Tire in Margate, where they have all the major
Steve Kane
brands
Show.
like Goodyear and Firestone at discount prices that absolutely can't be beaten. Steve Kane's tires for his Toyota van. At the other shops, $175 a tire. At Friendly Tire, just $75 a tire. That's a $100 savings per tire. Tires for my daughter Emily's car, $135 at the shops around town. The price at Friendly Tire, only $65. That's a $70 savings per tire. These prices are out the door and on the road. Free mounting and balancing and no added charges. Friendly Tire have a great selection of good used tires too, starting at just $30 for most cars. Call my good buddy Friendly Mike at Friendly Tire. Tell him what you drive and he will give you a great low price right over the phone at 954-977-9445. 954-977-9445. Online, friendlytire.net. Homeowners, would you like to save money each and every
Steve Kane Show.
Of course you would. We all want to save more money. But how? By calling
Hold on.
I Will Advisors. That's
What's your name? Dan, hold on.
Never review the policy, but it should be reviewed every year. You commercial property owners, same goes for your property insurance policy. So what are you waiting for? Call I Will Advisors and start saving money. 954-753-8080. 954-753-8080.
The Steve Kane Show is brought to you by Attorney Barry Siegel at the Siegel Law Group. Are you concerned with the distribution of your assets at the time of your passing? Avoid probate. Call the Siegel Law Group with 9 offices throughout South Florida, from Palm Beach Gardens to Coral Gables. Call toll-free 1-855-FLA-3782.
Listen to the Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search for WWE.
All righty. We are back 32 minutes after the hour. Steve Kane here. I'm Brian. This is the Steve Kane Show. 1-888-GO-KANE-1. If you can, though, you should try to watch the Biden press conference live. You really should, to kind of get a, yeah.
No matter what happens, it's history in the making.
Most people are watching to see if he has a senior moment, a Biden moment. They're not no one's watching for his response to anything.
There's more. I mean, the big question here is, I view Kamala, and I have from the beginning, as a real lightweight.
Oh yeah.
I think if you started, with the least competent senator in terms of making somebody in the Senate a president, she'd be at the bottom of the list.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never heard anything out of her mouth that impressed me in any way. And
yeah.
I don't know who she's going to run to for help now. This is a question.
Oh yeah, and now he's kind of like giving her the responsibility. It's all on her now. She screwed it up. Now the border's on her.
You could sense the relief in his voice.
Yeah.
It was like saying, "Oh, thank God."
Yeah.
I've got this thing up.
This disaster is Kamala's responsibility. All right, let's go to the phones. You're on the radio. What's your name? Good morning. Yes, you're on the air.
John.
Hey, John.
Listen, I couldn't get on with you guys yesterday, but I don't, you were talking about the next election.
Well, unfortunately, what are we going to do? Give up? I don't know. You're on the air. Good morning.
Brian, hey, Steve, 1977, how you doing?
Good.
Hey, all right. I'm going with 20 and 32 seconds.
21 minutes and 32 seconds?
2.
Yeah.
Try to stop it around 20, and usher him. They'll probably take one more question, and usher the senile old man. Nothing against old people, but this guy's checked out. He's gone.
Do you think, let me ask you, do you think Biden will take the mask off for the press conference?
Probably not.
Oh.
It's all a shit.
Yeah.
The subject, what's happening?
Well, what happened to Roger Stone? Is there something new?
For the January.
No, I wouldn't say he's under investigation. No, there were a couple of guys who were with him at the event prior to the breach, and they were acting kind of as like bodyguards. And those guys went inside. Apparently, there's an investigation into them. And some are talking about whether or not Stone should be investigated with his associates. They're trying to connect somebody connected to Trump with it. You know what I mean? And he got the pardon from Trump. So no, Roger Stone's okay.
Subject.
Yeah, Roger Stone's okay. Don't worry about Roger Stone.
So?
No, he's fine. He's fine. He did nothing wrong. Now, if Roger Stone would have gone into the Capitol, he was acquitted. If Stone went into the Capitol, that would be different. He'd be in trouble, but he didn't go. So don't worry about Roger Stone.
By any standards, there's a subplot here. We shouldn't waste a lot of time on.
Yeah, no, they're trying. They just can't let things go on the left.
To find out what the events of the day are wreaking on the precious metals markets.
Oh, well, we'll find out in about 10 minutes.
Well, I'll let.
Well, I noticed. You know what I wonder, that when gas is is getting close to $3 now. It's in the 280s, 290s. Yeah, and when when oil goes up, that's good for metal investors, isn't it? I don't know. You talk to William Youngin about that when he joins us later. But that's why you always say it's a hedge against these other things. It protects you from some of these other things. But the gas, gas prices piss people off. That's a bad thing because people see that. Yeah.
How are we going to get out of this?
Oh yeah. No, I see everything Biden did yesterday I was very wrong yesterday. I thought they were going to ride. I thought they were going to ride the shooting into this press conference, and then he did all these things yesterday to take the shooting out of the news and make the border the top thing in the news today. This thing with Kamala, everything else. So, and then blaming Trump, which is the dumbest thing I've ever. Everybody knows what Trump did. Trump cleaned it up. So, that was stupid. Everything he did yesterday was just stupid.
That's the worst part of the situation for Biden. Trump has the real answer, and he can't use it because his ego won't let him.
And it was a proven answer because it worked. He cleaned it up. To send MSNBC in to go into this fake tour of that facility. You think that was a mistake? Everybody saw those pictures of the kids with the silver blankets the other day, and they didn't go to that facility. They went to this fake propaganda tour. It looked like what it is. That's another stupid decision.
Limited at this point. There's nothing they can. Once you take out.
Yeah.
This one major, obvious, positive move. In fact, they've started to talk about it fairly regularly on Fox when I watch. The move is to let Trump.
Yeah.
But that's put things back.
Yeah.
They were.
Yeah.
Biden will not do that. Although he may not have a choice.
How can he let the wall construction continue?
Again, they got to start it.
Oh, if they started the wall construction again, the left would have a meltdown.
They've got to stop the flow. If they don't stop the flow,
Yeah. They gave a number of kids, which was like 16,000 or something. They gave some number like that. Where are the parents? Are there 16,000 kids or parents in Mexico and Guatemala trying to get their kids on milk cartons? Where are the parents? Are these kids been snatched? Are they lost? Have they been sent there by the parent? What's going on? Where are the 16? They have two parents each. Their 32,000 parents should be freaking out for their kids.
Simplest form, what's going on now is chaos. There's no plan. There's nothing they can do. They flail around like a fish that you caught that's flopping around on the deck as it's in its death throes. There really are no good answers.
Yeah.
That's the one you can't use.
Well, if you have 16,000 unaccompanied children, it's a little higher than that. These are from Catholic families, so these are people with intact families. That means there's 32,000 parents who don't have their kids, right? Because there's 16,000. That's scary. Have their kids been taken from them against their will? Did they let them come? I would think that there's 30-some thousand parents that are desperate to find out what happened to their children. And those photographs that came out yesterday or the day before with this, that's got to really be very concerning to these parents that have these missing kids that are in custody of the United States government. That would be terrifying to me. Good morning, you're on the radio.
They're uncles and aunts.
But uncles and aunts are not moms and dads. Oh, I get it. You're an uncle, so you think no. The parents, where are the parents? Which is what? Abandon them? Well, maybe. Goodbye, John. Al the John. That's the best thing they can do is abandon their child? I don't think so. I mean, that's... No. If the truth be... I would imagine at least half of them have to be, like, kidnapped, basically. I mean, can you imagine that many parents, Steve, agreeing as parents to give up their kid? There's no way, and I'll tell you.
There's a thriving trade going, a slave trade going on here.
Yeah.
The only people that are getting out are those that are going past the border and are sold slavery trade.
And these kids got to be scared out of their minds. I mean, what's it like for kids to get separated from their parents and then be put in some facility somewhere, a jail cell, sleeping on a floor? Now, I would think the kids got to be terrified. You're on the radio. Good morning. Yeah, I know. That's, and I'm going to do it again. Yes, boom. Oh. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, no. Not when it comes to any calls, that's for sure.
Especially your call.
Yeah. Well, anyway, there's a lot of questions that the press should ask today. You think they'll get any good questions in there, or is it going to be all like this?
Questions, thrown at,
Hold on.
by, will they be answered?
Yeah. Good morning, you're on the radio.
A long time talking to you. You're the one that recommended me that movie Inside Man, and that movie was great, by the way.
Oh, yeah, the Spike Lee movie with Denzel Washington, the bank robbery movie, yeah.
Yeah. Another good one that I watched recently is called on Talk Radio. Look.
Talk Radio, that's an excellent movie.
Ocean.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Alec Baldwin's in that. Alec Baldwin's the station manager.
Yeah. So you got predictions. I say Biden will speak for 10 minutes, and then after 10 minutes he'll say, is it nap time? Because I'm not going to hear anything from him.
Under.
Yeah.
How long did you say, caller?
Say like 10 minutes.
10 minutes? Oh, no. He's got to go at least 12.
Let me ask you one quick thing. I'll let you go because I know you got a few more people calling you. Who came up with I think that's Castro. That Raul.
You're the second person to say that. That guy that was running for president. Yeah. Well, whoever made those shirts, it was interesting that they made them in English, not Spanish, and got them down there. You know what I mean? They were made for us, not them, because they are Spanish speakers. Listen, we're going to take our last break of the show, and then when we come back, we'll find out how the metals are reacting to these gas prices. Oh my goodness! All right, it's getting so bad, Steve. You might have to use gold coins to buy gas if it keeps going up.
You get about a half tank.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my gosh! Listen, we'll be right back. We'll be right back with the if you're on hold, by the way, don't go anywhere. We'll go to your phones after the gold report. We'll be right back with the gold report after this.
1470, FM 95.3, 96.9. South Florida's FM Money Talk Radio Network. WWNN, Pompano Beach.
Steve Kane radio listeners love Champagne Automotive Repair.
Steve Kane Show.
I went over to a Champagne Automotive.
Hold on.
And
Steve Kane Show.
I say that this man is the most fair mechanic I have dealt with in my entire life. We took a car over there that was not being used yet. It belonged to my 90-year-old dad. Everybody I had taken it to before was charging an astronomical amount of money. But when we took it over there, Eddie took a look at it, and I gotta say that this man fixed the car. It's running like a charm. Anybody that needs a mechanic, I strongly recommend Eddie, and he is just the best thing that's happened to this family as far as car maintenance goes. It's fixed. Bottom line, it's fixed, and the price was right.
Champagne Automotive Repair in Boca will never do a repair on your car that your car doesn't need. And their prices are low. Champagne Automotive Repair in Boca. Give them a call. 561-245-8101. 561-245-8101. Brian Craig here. I've been telling you for years how great MyPillow products are. But don't just take my word for it. This is one of our listeners, Todd. He bought the MyPillow mattress topper, and he called us live on the radio to tell us about his experience with the MyPillow mattress topper.
Yeah, I'm calling you testimonial about my pillow topper.
You ordered the MyPillow, the mattress topper?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Well, I was thinking about buying a new mattress. My old mattress was getting old, so my wife's like, why don't you try that pillow, that mattress top? So I went on, I used your promo code Kane. I got a great price. Got it home, and I've been using it for the last 3 nights. It's fantastic.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's like a whole new mattress.
I talked to other listeners with the MyPillow mattress topper, and they come in all sizes. The mattress companies have turned into con artists. When I was a kid, mattresses were two-sided. You'd have the mattress, then after a while you'd flip it over. Now you can't flip mattresses anymore. They don't make them that way anymore because people weren't buying mattresses enough. So the mattress company stopped making two-sided mattresses, and mattresses are expensive. I've had to buy a new mattress, and mattresses can cost well over, just for a regular normal mattress, over $1,000. So that MyPillow mattress topper is a big savings. It saves you from buying a new mattress and turn your whole bed into a MyPillow.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I really love it. I sleep really good.
Well, that's great. Well, I appreciate that. And you guys out there, remember, promo code Kane, K-A-N-E. Now, when you use the promo code Kane, K-A-N-E, at MyPillow.com, save 30% off your MyPillow mattress topper. And receive 2 free MyPillows. But you've got to use the promo code Kane, K-A-N-E. 30% off the MyPillow mattress topper. Turn your old mattress into a big MyPillow mattress. Promo code Kane, K-A-N-E, at MyPillow.com.
This is Dr. Mitchell Matez
Hey there.
of the BioStation West Delray. Have you tried to effectively lose weight but failed? Have you worked your tail off trying to build muscle with no result? At the BioStation West Delray, we offer all of the latest treatment modalities, including growth factor and peptide therapies to help promote weight loss, muscle recovery, support cognitive function, improve libido, and more. If you want to get to the root cause of the problem, our medical team can do the job. Call the BioStation West Delray at 561-320-8893. That's 561-320-8893.
Listen to the Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search for WWNN.
All right, now our questions will be answered as we go to the Gold Report, brought to you by William Youngerman of William Youngerman Inc. William, one of the world's leading experts when it comes to all of the precious metals, everything from gold to silver to platinum and even metals rarer than that. And we're all waiting to see whether all the events of the day are going to shake things up or down.
Steve Kane Show.
What's it looking like?
It's looking like we're
Yep, what's your name?
today, back down to the lower end of our trading ranges that we've been locked into for quite a while. Gold yesterday rallied after pulling back down a little bit on Tuesday, but we saw a rally yesterday, bringing gold back up $6.90 up to that mid-range of $1,734.30 on the close. The daily trading range yesterday was $1,724 to $1,739. Silver closed up 5 cents at $25.08 the ounce. Platinum was up $6 at $1,166, and palladium was up $34 at $25.49. And as we've seen for weeks now, one day up, one day down, one day up, one day down. That's the way this week is developing again. Monday we were down, Tuesday up, down, and so today we're back down again with gold up or down $7.80. Excuse me, $17.2650. This morning we traded in a range already of $17.25 to $17.39, still around those support levels. Silver down 57 cents at $24.50. Silver has broken down through that $25 number again. Platinum down $28 at $1,138, and palladium down $19 right now at $2,530. So again, pressure on the metals as the dollar continues to get stronger, up to U.S. dollar index at 92.75 right now. So the dollar's strength is not helping the metals, and other than that, there seems to be almost a controlling factor outside of the market itself that seems to be keeping these markets in a somewhat sideways trading range and for quite a while happens as that unfolds.
How is the instability of the world situation? How does that look to affect the market over the next month? Short range, 2-3 months.
Well, I'm looking for gold to really break out to the upside in April and May of this year, and going forward, as the year progresses, I think we're going to have significant events that are going to take place that are going to challenge the ability to keep gold at these low levels, and that going forward, I think is going to be
like the price of oil. Gasoline's getting really high.
Has been way up, and but just the factor that I don't think they can sustain the strength of this U.S. dollar, and I'm not too certain about these other financial instruments going forward. That they're not going to take it back.
So if I understand all of it correctly, your view is the future being very bullish for gold.
Oh, absolutely. Going forward, I believe we'll make an all-time high for gold.
Well, listen, guys, give William Youngerman a call. His store opens up at 10 a.m. weekdays. The number 1-800-327-5010. 1-800-327-5010. He's located right here in Boca Raton. The address, 150 East Palmetto Park Road in Boca, just east of US 1 Federal Highway on the south side of Palmetto Park Road, on the first floor of the Bank of America building. And his website, WilliamYoungerman.com. All right, William Youngerman, we will finish out the week tomorrow.
Okay, have a great day.
All right, take care, take care. We, by the way, Steve, I got to tell you, I just got a call from somebody yesterday that was asking me about Wings Plus. They had a meeting coming up, and they wanted to do it at Wings Plus. And I was telling them, you know, Wings Plus in Coral Springs on Sample Road, they have a special room that they use for groups. And a lot of groups are back to meeting at Wings Plus. Some of the different business groups and political groups and things that meet over there. So if you have a group of any size that you want to have privacy with over at Wings Plus, any time that of the day, they have a room that is, it's a very nice room. We meet back there a lot, Steve, when we meet with people. And just ask when you stop in at Wings Plus about that, and tell them when you need the room, and they'll set it aside for you. Wings Plus, the Sample Road location in Coral Springs, is about a mile west of University Drive on the south side of Sample Road in Coral Springs. All right, Al, not Al the John, another Al. Good morning, you're on the radio.
Hey, good morning. You guys seem to have forgotten back in 2018 under Trump, Washington Schultz and Bill Nelson tried to get into the border because Trump had 1,000 kids in a 200-room facility, and they were denied access. Your memory is...
What year was that?
2018.
Yeah, that was before. That was before he. Excuse me. That was before he came in and secured the funding for his new policy and changed everything.
Please, you guys have a selective memory date.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
So let's pass. Let's talk about what's going on now and how proud you are of how Joe and Camilla have handled.
Well, you know, Steve, this is interesting because I am. Don't worry, Al, you were upset at 1,000 kids there. There's 16,000 now, so you must be really upset.
Steve, long time no hear from. How you doing?
He's trying to run out the clock, Steve.
Good question.
I just want to give you my daily impression of.
Oh yeah, he's trying to. You were upset. You're not going to get out of it that easily. You're not going to get out of it that. Oh, he's going to hang up. You're going to hang up. You're going to hang up. Oh, coward. He was upset at. Yeah, he was upset at 1,000 kids in a detention center. There's over 16,000 today with Biden. I would imagine if he really cared about kids, he would be really angry. But then again, he doesn't really care. You're on the radio. Good morning.
What a jerk! I haven't heard him but Coral Springs out. This is Mike and Boca, by the way.
Hey, Mike. What you got for us?
The questions. When were they pre-planned? What day do we?
Well, they didn't tell us that information, but I would hope they would.
They're updating it this morning.
I don't know if Biden's capable of that. You know what I mean? The press conference is 4 hours away. He doesn't have time to do. He can't do prep in that little bit of time.
I'm gonna bite my tongue. I'm gonna watch it because I want to see.
No, you should watch it.
I give him 20 minutes.
You say 20 minutes. Okay, that's good.
A lot of undervotes.
Yeah. All right, Mike, we got to run, but thanks for the call. Look, we have Richard Pearl, whose show follows us every day at 9 a.m., the Richard Pearl on Politics program on this radio station. What do you have planned today, Richard Pearl?
Well, we're going to talk about a lot of things. We're going to actually talk about our perception of freedom. You know, in America, we're told that we're free, yet everything that we do is surveilled, forced.
Oh, yeah.
Lockdown, social distancing dictates. We're being told how to do everything in our lives without our own input. And then you go to places like China, they don't wear masks. They live their life normal. They don't live in fear. They're not taking vaccines. They're not social distancing. And yet that's the epicenter of the virus.
Mm-hmm.
And so the illusion is we're free. And I hate to say it, but it seems like China's far more free than we are.
Yeah.
From the standpoint of movement and freedom of movement. And it's a very disturbing thing. We're told that we're all these wonderful things, but the actions and the words don't match.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about that. We'll talk about the stock market because on the surface the numbers look good. The reality is lots of players in the market are breaking down drastically.
Mm-hmm.
The last 3 days have been disastrous for many, including myself, and including today. I expect today to be a disaster.
Now we just have a little bit of time left, and I want, because we were, a lot of people talking today because of Biden's press conference about cognitive decline among seniors. You actually have an incredible supplement over at Simply Natural for people like Biden. Can you tell people quickly about that?
Factors.
Yeah.
Developed it years ago for my dad because he died of Alzheimer's this month 16 years ago. It would have been 100 on the 22nd. And the truth is it works really well along with, a lot of times I'll add to it, but I've seen remarkable results. I mean, things that I can't make promises, but if you just take this product and no hype and you take it for 3 to 4 months, and if you add some other things just to enhance it, you'll see huge improvements in brain. You can't fake brain improvement. Everybody around the person will see it. They may notice it because sometimes it's hard for people to notice what's really going on in themselves, but everyone around them will see the improvements. And again, you'll change the direction of velocity of getting worse to getting even and then better.
Wow. Well, listen, call Richard Pearl's store. They open up every day at 11 o'clock. They're open until 9 p.m. That's a great supplement. I've talked to listeners over there. It helps with cognition, with memory, all these things that Biden himself is suffering from. And the number of his store, Simply Natural, is 954-741-4045. 954-741-4045. Simply Natural is located in the city of Sunrise, just north of Sunset Strip on the east side of University. And Richard Pearl's show follows the Steve Kane Show in just a moment, right here on this radio station. We'll be tuned in. We'll talk tomorrow. Richard Pearl, have a great show. Steve, you can sign us off. Just enough time.
Half of our technical specialist and engineer, Tyler Kane, also my son, Brian Craig, a second son to me at the very least, and of course I am yours truly, Steve Kane. Till tomorrow, God help America.
We've got you covered. AM 1470, FM 95.3, 96.9. South Florida's FM Money Talk Radio Network. WWNN, Pompano Beach.
Now, listen, guys, I've got to get out of the radio station because I got to head to a meeting. But make sure I'm going to do a live stream very shortly. There's some breaking news that just happened. Okay, some breaking news. So make sure that you're subscribed and you have the notification bell clicked, because I'm going to do a live stream about it very shortly. Okay, I don't have time to tell you now because I got to get out of the studio and into the car. But make sure you got the notification bell checked here and you're subscribed. You'll get the notification when I go live in a few, all right? I'll see you shortly. Take care. Thanks for watching, everybody.